what is this song?
Welcome back, guys. How's it going? We're live again.
Hey, that's the other stream. All right, we're going to close that. Whoa, how's it going, guys? Make fun of the other stream for a second there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday daytime stream. It's 3:30. How's it going? All right, let's go ahead and start putting the stream together. We like to put the stream together after we've gone live. Said, hi, hola. Give me some chun-chun. Some chun-chun. What's a chun-chun? New Weiss brown dust. New round Luffy break. Expensive Gym Heroes vintage break. Split. Gym split. All right, we're hitting save on that. We're going to jump over here. We're going to click on this. We're going to click on this. And we're going to hit save. There we have it. It's all set up. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, my eyes are burning. I pet my cat today, and then I rubbed my eyes, and now I got burning cat allergy eyes. We're going live for Wednesday day. Cat allergies. You pet your cat, and then you suffer. All right, so that's been pinged now. We've pinged our Discord server. You know, we do a lot of giveaways in our YouTube channel. We ought to have some Discord server only giveaways for a little while, don't you think? It's probably about time for that. We haven't had that in a while. We're going to hit pause on that. Three-way battle on the gym break. You could arrange that. We have a gym break LFG channel in Discord now. Don't forget that. So you can go in there and request people to join you in a three-way break. We call it a threesome break. All right, so there's all that. Let's go ahead and ping Instagram and Facebook. That's our new thing. We ping Instagram and Facebook now to let them know when we go live. We're going to say, oops, we are live for Wednesday daytime stream. We're trying to capture some of the huge number of views we get. Let's see. We're trying to capture some of those huge numbers of views we're getting over here on Instagram. All right. I don't know if it'll work. Let's head over to Facebook. Almost time to pay Mike's side. We're just getting close. All right. There we go. I'm going to close that. I'm going to head back over here because it looks like we do have a new video up. There we go. All right, so let's see. Let's clean up some of these emails. Your statement is ready. Equifax, TikTok, junk mail. Okay. Let's see. There's that. Here's paid collaboration inquiry. Let's read this. This company wants to give me free products or something like that. Oh, it's a referral. They want me to do a referral program. I'm going to delete that. I'm running a referral program. If you guys bring a person into the stream who places an order, you get a $40 spot in a break. All right. We're going to go ahead and hit refresh over here on the website. Let's see. We hit refresh. Did we pin the website? Yes, we did. We're good on that. So I think we're done in that regard. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the iPad. I need to figure out how to do multi-streaming, you know, like we're live in vertical. Well, if we're live in vertical, we really ought to be multi-streaming to like TikTok or any other place that allows the multi-stream so that more people run into us. So that's something that's on my to-do list, multi-streaming. All right, we'll jump over here. Ooh, is this not working? Let's close this, let's close this. We're gonna open up the chat now so I can see all your comments. Here we are. Weiss Brown Dust, the Luffy break, and the Gym Heroes break. And we're gonna go ahead and pop out chat. We host breaks on this channel. That's what we're known for. We're known for that and targeting really cool stuff like, I don't know, like vintage. Any progress on our tax submissions? Nope, they all still say image processing. Wow, crazy, man. They really put us on the back burner. You know, it's 7/8. Maybe I should send an email to tag. 4 months, man. Let's see. Wonder if I can send them an email. Nah, I'm gonna leave them alone. Who cares? I don't know. Maybe I should email them. I don't know if it makes a difference, but... Oh, here we go. So here's, I just got an email just now. Is this, let's see. Oh, my eye's burning. Oh. So I just got an estimate on the house we were thinking about selling. She thinks the median estimate on the house would be 610. That's kind of low. What does ZELLE think it is? I think that that's kind of cheap for the home, to be honest. All right, let's see this. No, ZELLE actually estimates it's about 617. So no, it's about the same. And that's actually up. It dipped down and it went back up. Okay. Well, okay, so that's pretty much what ZELLE was estimating. That's interesting. I'm thinking about listing this house. You guys want to see the house? Let me show you. This house right here. That's the other house. That's the one that we rent on Airbnb. We might be listing that one. Karis and I talk all the time about where to move. Myrtle Beach is ranking really high right now. Myrtle Beach. For mild weather, the ocean, and cheap cost of living. And low taxes. So a combination of factors. Here's a Sergio order for a spot in a three-way battle. Okay, Mr. Sergio's in. Here's Ivan, he's in. We need one more person then. One more person. Let's jump over here. I'm going to tell Karis about that. Well, no, I'll tell her after the stream. Who cares? Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Wednesday stream. I hope you guys are ready for a nice stream. Last night was pretty good. We had a really good poll popped out last night, so that was really special. I'm sure Mike's site's going to make a clip out of it, so I don't want to spoil it. Mr. How's it going? What's up, Gigi Suave? Ooh, I sent 3266. Should be fine. She wants to go to California. Happy wife, happy life. Well, you know, we debate it. We discuss it amongst each other. One of the things we've done is we've done a very careful mathematical model for how much money we would lose over time in California versus, let's say, Florida or something like that. And so we think about them in separate ways. We go, okay, well, where's the best place to live regardless of cash? And then what's the most financially viable place to live? And then we just kind of pick and choose, you know, like what we think is a combination of factors. So, you know, affordability is important. It does play a role in where people choose to live. Hey, did you guys catch this as well? This is also a gym break. Beatrice is in there. This is a pricey one, but it's a good one. That's Charizard. That's not just Charizard. That's Charizard alternative art. All right, he already did P. What's this? Oh, these Fates Collides. Remember that. All right, let me get some of these open. Little Fates. Yeah, California is a temptation. You know, you only live once. Maybe just go straight to the nicest place. Although that's part of the mystery is we don't actually know how to think of California. Like, we don't know how nice it is. I was there when I was a kid. I have not been there since then, so I don't know, you know, if I'd love it or not. I'm not a big fan of traffic, I can tell you that. So, I hate traffic. I'm an impatient person. That's one of the nice things about Lake of the Ozarks is there's very little traffic. There are. All right. How's this working? Is this working? Looks like it is. Good. Well, Sergio and Ivan are in for a gym break on this guy. We got L12. We got Serge. Oh, I'm sorry. We got Ivan. Ivan. We need person number 3. It's like $33 to get in there. Hello, mister. How's it going? Hey, what's up, man? How's it going to you? It's a Wednesday, so it's going great. You know, I like Wednesdays, guys. By Wednesday, that powerful Wegovy shot starts to wear off. Yeah, it's like a tidal wave. Hits you real hard when you inject it, and then it kind of wears off as the week goes by. It is so hard to feel normal on those first 2 or 3 days. Man, it's tough. We take the shot on Sunday night, and Monday and Tuesday are like hell. So I feel like I'm a little bit over that hump a bit, and Wednesday feeling a bit more normal. The headache's gone. Can you believe it? The headache is gone. That's incredible. No headache? No headache. I'm just feeling good now. Isn't that nice? All right. We got a drink here. I don't have a scorecard. Ooh, okay, good tip. Let's see. Here we are. Oh, I just got... Oh, okay, she just texted me, the real estate lady. Now you have one. There we are, Ivan Rodriguez. Good. One more person. It's a $33 break. For a spot in here, it's a 3-way break. Who wants to lose $33? Maybe we'll find somebody as time goes by. If you're new, I would like to place an order. The website is pinned in the chat. That's true. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Tyler, did I make you a mod in the other chat? I think I was supposed to, wasn't I? I think I did that. We have that Rayquaza now. Radiant Charizard, huh? We got cards. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on Lightning Nidoking. He will not be reversed. That card will continue to run. Here he is. Lightning Nidoking. Okay, very cool. We have a Bowser break. Do you guys ever think about that? This is a Mario collectible from 2015. That makes it kind of old. That's 11 years old. So this is an 11-year-old Mario Bowser break, and it's just $30 to get in there as well. Endless breaks. You know, I think I'm supposed to get something for CS, man. I didn't do it last night. I think I better get to it. Here it is. He says he wants a Tag Amazard and a Grimmsnarl to be sold. So you guys think about this. Talk amongst each other. Let me go get these CS men items. My cat was hiding in the room. She was in the shipping room. All right, there we go. Yeah, let's talk. We all know California is a death trap. We are. So these are to be listed. I don't know what he wants to sell them for, though. There we go. Now, let me think. If I recall, he had like some rules. He wanted it to be sold for the buy now price, plus some kind of listing fee. Spot in the gym break. All right, so we got these upstairs now. Good. What is there to do? We got to get some work done. Excuse me. Here's Jose Redondo. He wants 2 Poke Shuffles. Yes, sir. All right. 1, 2. What do we got for you, Jim? 2 cold ones. Did I say Jim? Because he said Jim, J-I-M, earlier. Mr. Jose Redondo, 2 cold ones. Sorry, man. All right. Sorry about that. What else we got? Here we have, to refresh. Yes, reload. We're going to hit refresh over here. How many viewers we got? We got 33 viewers. Here's a Mark Kaplan order. Mark returns. He says 2 Tricos, 2 Mega Dreams, 2 Inferno X's. Okay, 2 Tricos. All right, the Tricos. Okay, Mr. Mark. Mark had a very good night last night. He's probably still thinking about it. You need to cut your grass this weekend? Do I need to cut my grass this weekend? Not really. No, we have a team that comes out and does that, and they do a pretty good job, actually. They're very cheap, and they're very fast. What I do need, I need the weeds picked. There's an enormous amount of weeds, and we don't spray them because we don't like pesticides. And, you know, there are some other things, too. There's some fallen tree branches that need to be set on fire and burned. So those 2 things need to happen. So 2 Mega Dreams coming out of our giant Mega Dream bag here. We've got a giant Mega Dream bag full of packs from my suppliers, not standard boxes. 1, 2, and 3. All right, here we are. I don't care if I have to live in a tent. I'll never sell another card again, at least a couple years. You know, Carlton, I think a lot of people are feeling that way about holding their cards. And so you're probably going to see some steady prices, at least for a while. I mean, you might see some dips, but I don't think it'll be anything like what we saw in 2023, 2024. I think Pokemon cards are going to stay high for a while. No pesticides, because Mister's going to adopt a bunch of cats. No, I better be having some babies at some point, man. I told Kara she's got a little time left, and then after that, say hello to my side chick. I don't know. Here we are. I'm just messing. That's pretty rough. I don't actually talk that way to her. I just joke. Here we are. That would be, that's pretty hard. Cold, and what's this? Suicune. I'm going to go become a sperm donor. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm young enough anymore. What the rules are on stuff like that. Throw that away. All right. Mag Cargo. Cats are the new babies. It's 2026. Dude, that's nuts, isn't it? Just the thought of that. Okay, Mr. Mark. How much is a cat? About 1,500 calories, maybe? Mark with an M. Okay, you pulled the rocket receiver. That's an SR. That's pretty rough. Damn you, rocket receiver. All right. All of a sudden, Mr. hires a young Latina maid. Yeah, I'm going to go pull an Arnold Schwarzenegger. His best kid is like the kid he had with the Latina maid. Isn't that crazy? That is such a crazy story. Let's take a moment and price up a slab. I got to do it at some point. I get so distracted with your orders. So we've got 3 slabs here. They're all from the red deck. They're all 9s. We need one more person to join this for $33. It's a gym break for a spot in the Gym Heroes booster pack split. That's a lot of words. I feel like it's a tongue twister. So PSA 9, poker, comma, playing. And then we're going to start with Poliwag. Poliwag. This is red deck Poliwag. 65. Might be about 65. Here's one for 40, but it's from a really ugly deck. And the $65 one's from the gold deck. All right, now let's try Gym Leaders. That one should be expensive. Green version is 300. And there's no price for red version, which we both know is better than the green version. People prefer the red version. But let's see. So a way to sort this by, okay, this has ended recently. I may just match the price of the green version because it might be a little on the high side. And then Vaporeon. Vaporeon. There is one Vaporeon for $147, but it's a Stadium Vaporeon. And then here's a Pikachu yellow deck. Oh, that's PSA 10. Okay, never mind. I was going to say that's really high. Let's see. Well, it's hard to look up the Vaporeon because it actually has 9 of hearts in the title. So when you search 9, you get all the 10s too. Here's one. Okay, so this is probably going to be around $65 as well. So 65, 300, 65. What we're really going to do, we're going to make Poliwag just $50. Okay, Poliwag, he's cute, he's $50. Come on, that's the appropriate price. That's very fair. Here's Gym Leaders. Now, this is serious business. This is an actually pretty collectible card, and I anticipate this one will get very expensive over time. It's a very unique card. There's nothing like it. Can you name any other Pokemon card like this? It has all the Gym Leaders on it. Heroes and villains. In the actual manga, Sabrina's a villain. She's a villain in the manga. She's working with Team Rocket. She's a Team Rocket member. Did you guys know that? Pretty interesting. All right. And then Vaporeon shall be $75. A little more expensive. All right. There we have it. Poliwag's a 10. Oh, he got mixed up with the other 9s. My bad. I thought the whole pile was a 9 pile. Okay, hold on. Wait a second, guys. Poliwag's a 10. I knew that. Somebody sends in 50 right away for it, and they're like, well, you have to honor that. Wait, somebody did send $50. Jacob Chickering. Oh, he wants 10 Poke Shuffles. I thought that maybe he was trying to snatch this right away. Let's see. Vaporeon. We want it to say Poliwag 10 now. This is good. The difference between a 9 and a 10. Wow, the green version Poliwag is $500. That's higher than the $400 we've been seeing. I don't think it's justified. It's not justified. So we're not going to go with $500. That price is too high. We are going to go with $300 and $400. Oh, I already wrote it wrong, man. Come on. It's so hard to write with these markers sometimes. I wish these stickers were just slightly larger. I caught Kendrick and beat him up. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. There we go. That reminds me, I still got to do that. I still got to do that police report. I haven't done that yet. I wonder how to get that all done. So 350, 375. There we have it. 3 new cards up on the table for your considerations. Mr. Jacob Chickering, around in the Poke Shuffles. Wait, you said $50. It's sold. Oh, man. It's already sold. The customer's always right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, good luck. He's taking a $50 shot in the Poke Shuffles. What are we getting? Hydrapple. Ooh, the one you wanted. Let's go take a look at that Hydrapple. Probably not the one you wanted, but he's in there. Somebody wants him. Might not be you. Maybe it is you. All right. Got a lot of interesting cards in here I can see. He's a $25 card. Oof. That's why you don't want him right there. Hydrapple, $25. So what are we doing here? Are you going to keep them and accept a $25 loss? Are you going to re-roll them for 20 bucks and potentially lose the other 20? Jacob says just keep it. All right, let's get you a nice fresh sleeve. This sleeve's written up and makes him look kind of yuckier than he is. Hydrapple. It's conceivable you're able to sell this guy for 50 bucks, by the way. I just put him in there cheap. He is, after all, an AR-10, you know? The cost of grading is much higher these days, and every year he gets older, his price will go up anyways. That's the strongest Pokemon. Ta-da! I'd buy it for 25, says Ivan. Let's toss these away. Hydrapple is no more. Looking for one more person to join a special gym break. It's a 1 in 3 gym break for $33. It gets you a spot in here, a $98 spot. So we got 2 gentlemen in there. They're waiting for a 3rd person to join them. It's one of those 3-way gym breaks. Well, I always keep them, says Jacob. I think that's clever, Jacob, because some people re-roll, and sometimes the re-roll turns into like a big hit, correct? Well, sometimes it doesn't, so it evens out. But here's the difference. When you re-roll, you're only re-rolling at 90% value. So it's like you keep 100% value if you just keep the card. I remember when we introduced the re-roll, boy, did those Poke Shuffles just go nuts. They just went so crazy for a while. Ooh, Articuno 10 from the red deck. Cool, that's a legendary. All right, let's see what we get here. I'll join for 33. Joseph Albrecht is saying he's going to join. All right, this is going to say poker playing. And we're going to put in, come on now, Articuno. Articuno. Well, am I seeing this right? He's cheap as hell, dude. Why is he so cheap? Yeah, so this card's mega cheap. It doesn't even make sense. He actually sold for more than this in the past. So this one on the eBays is just underpriced for some reason. I'm not going to match it. The cheapest one on eBay is $130, and he sells consistently over $150. I'm going to go with $150, I guess. I don't know. Dude, let's just put this straight into the live customs. We're always looking for something to put in there. That's going straight in the live customs, $150. There's a cheaper one on eBay for $130. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, great pull. Packing up those live customs with hits when we run into it. We're going to say 4 of heart. Articuno. P10. Put it in the Poke Shuffle. I would, but it's 150, which makes it too big. That's what she said. Okay, we'll take one of these little promo Charmanders, pop them in here. Okay, we'll get some of these. I like to put in some bonus pulls in here from time to time. Okay, popping that up there. Mister's about to buy it out. No, I'm not going to do that. I've got plenty of poker cards, so I have no need. It's a good price, though. I mean, when you think about the cost of grading and how hard it is to actually get 10s. I mean, the Vaporeon got a 9, didn't it? So you don't get 10s every time. All right. What do we got going on next? Joey Albrecht, he says, gym break. There goes. So we have a 3-way gym break. If you want to get the special roll in Discord called the Battle Tower Ribbon, you have to win the gym breaks, and there'll be a final battle at the end of 90 days. So, I believe we just created an Ivan card. There's Ivan. Jeffrey 6, Jeff Javier. Eddie, Cheese, Alicia, Jack, NHWC, Sergio. So we're making up a fresh card for you as well, Joseph. Okay. You guys in the market for Black Label? We have a Black Label Hello Kitty card for $420. Not bad. Mr. Joey Albrecht, you'll be in the right side of the break. So I shall go like this. Sergio was in first, then Ivan, then Joey Albrecht. All right, here goes. One person gets to walk away with the spot in the gym break. It's a $100 spot, so it's kind of expensive. And it's a big deal, too. I mean, again, you could pull like a Misty's Tears that grades 10 and turns into a $3,000 card. You could pull Misty's Gyarados out of there. You can pull Rocket's Scyther, Rocket's Moltres. There's some huge pulls in the Gym Heroes packs. Were you surprised how much the reroll increased the popularity? Yes and no. Because one of the things I noticed is a lot of the times people would pull a card out of the Poke Shuffle and then they would try to sell it back to me because they hated it. And I was like, man, we got to make an automatic way for this to work. And then I had a radical idea. I said, what if I let them sell it back for almost the entire amount, but they have to spend the money in the Poke Shuffle again? So that was where that came from. And I realized that's probably what a slot machine does. Here we go. You got Switch. Sergio, you got an advantage. Garchomp and Articuno. All right, you ready? Meloetta is pulled. So he pulled Switch. He's now going to use Switch. Both Pokemon shall be switched out. Meloetta versus Tapu Lele. And wow, it handed you a win this round. Yes, the Switch Trainer card is powerful. See, it swaps your opponent's Pokemon in one turn if you are the losing Pokemon. So Sergio takes round number 1. Round number 2, Ceruledge, Articuno, Energy card, Squovit. Just like that, it's over. Sergio, he's going to pull both rounds. Wow, as easy as pie for Mr. Sergio L12. That was lucky, Sergio. All right, sorry to Joseph, sorry to Ivan. Sergio padding up his scorecard pretty fast there with 2 wins. That gets chalked up as 2 wins because he had to beat 2 people to get that round. So this becomes 4 and 5, like that. So there you are. You're at 5 and 2 losses. You're ahead. He was ahead the last time. These multi-spot breaks help you jump ahead if you get real lucky in them. All right, there's your scorecards. You got a loss on the card. And now we write this up. This is what he gets. He gets a spot in the gym break. I want a refund. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. Sorry, man. So we're ironically putting the Gym Hero spots in this baggie called the Cheap Split, because that's technically the holder for the cheaper booster pack. So we definitely have it mixed up. But so that's 2 out of 10 now. Gym Heroes. Look how gigantic of a break that is. Ooh, pricey. Here we have Pix and Charizard and this beautiful Fairy Energy. So this Fairy Energy was graded 10 by tag grading, and that's because it's flawless. It's a really beautiful card. This comes from XY Evolutions. It's the pink energy from XY Evolutions. It's really unique because it's in the style of the old base set pink energy. And you can see the back of the card, again, just looks flawless. Look how clean that is. Wow. Really clean. And so they gave that a 10. And last time I checked, it was apparently 457. We're going to check again. So first of all, do I actually have this one listed? Because it claims that I do. Energy. We'll type in energy. Yes, on eBay, we have it listed for $500. There's 10 watchers, so it might actually sell pretty soon. PSA 10, Fairy Energy XY. Let's go looking. So this is what we get for Fairy Energy XY. We get, that's a Japanese card, that's a Japanese card, and that's a Japanese card. This is probably underpriced. I'm thinking we might raise the price. Let's see. It's one of those cards, man. I'm going in and raising the price. Even though it hasn't sold, it does have a decent number of watchers. What we will be doing, we'll be raising the price from $500 to $550. That's a 10% increase. I listed it a long time ago. Oh, whoa. I accidentally just clicked 55. If I left it on 55 on eBay, it would 100% sell. I would buy it for $55. Could you even imagine getting a card like that for 55 bucks? I mean, that's cheaper than the cost of grading these days. And that's an old XY fully holographic card. Also, I'm probably going to change the title. I'm going to say not PSA. Oh, it's Pop 1 with, well, I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need that. Not PSA. All right. I don't know if they allow that in the title. Might not be allowed. We're going to revise. This is a special card, you know. Who knows what the population for the PSA 10s are. But now we're going to give this a new sleeve. So on eBay, it's going to be $550. Over here, it's going to be $500 even. All right, fresh sleeve. Nobody wants my Uyamas. Yeah, I know, man. You know, you got a tricky situation where your Uyamas they're really expensive, but they're also not PSA 10s. So when people pay premium prices, they often want it to say 10. I experienced the same thing over here. So I got like a Cardos 9 starters, right? And he costs like $3,000 in a 9. But nobody wants him. But if he was a 10, I can almost guarantee you somebody would have put him into Sabaway by now. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, this one's tricky because Sabaway for this one would be like, what, like 20,000 or something. But look, so here's a nice 9. That's a very special card. This is a promo from an already really niche set. It's truly rare. And it's got that original Ken Sugimori artwork of the starter Pokemon and Trainer Red. So it's like insanely, you know, like this is cool stuff. But it's never going to be put into Slabaway because it's too expensive. Do I have this one listed on eBay? I should list this one on eBay. Maybe eBay will find me a buyer. Sometimes eBay's the way to do it. That might be true for your Uyamas. But, you know, it's worth giving it a shot, right? You know, we took a picture of them. So they're in there. They're in the Discord server under the... Here we go. Okay, let's see. I don't see it at all. I don't see a listing of this. Let me check sold then. Thing is, on eBay, you got... Oh, look at this, everybody. So this price was clearly based off of this guy right here on June 25th. And that's sold. That's gone. So there's no more left. I was trying to look this up. Let's see, ended recently. So I'm raising the price on this, I think, as well. And I think this one shall go up onto eBay. Isn't that silly? So PSA 10 of this card is for $30,000. $30,000. So we're going to be raising this to a price of, let's see, if it last sold at $3,200, I say we raise it to probably like 4.2 or something. Okay, let's take some pictures. We're going to do a quick eBay listing. I'm supposed to do one eBay listing per stream. I think that's a good idea because we got too many cards like this. These impossibly expensive ones that I know you guys are not about to purchase. You guys don't purchase these. They're probably out of your price range, or maybe it's too experimental for you. I don't know. It's not experimental for me, but I have a 10. So I don't need the 9, which is why the 9's for sale. But by some luck that I haven't sold it so far, that's almost a good thing, you know, because now it's worth more. Okay. All right, there we have it. We took the pictures. I got 7 consignment slabs with you. No chance of putting them up on your eBay. So if I put them up on eBay, I'm confident they would sell at some price, right? Like, especially if you told me to auction it. Here's the problem. I don't get special pricing from eBay. I don't. eBay charges me the full 13%. I'm not a true consigner in that way. There are guys out there like Probstein, and they'll give you some slightly lower prices than that. Actually, I was reviewing their prices, and it's not that impressive unless you're selling a humongous card, which, by the way, if you do, well then, you know, the eBay fees drop down anyways. You know, after a certain percentage, it drops down anyways. So, but anyway, so guys like Probstein, they're pretty professional at it, and I believe they have a lower price. I'll have to analyze that a bit more. But, yeah, I mean, I guess if you were willing to pay the eBay fee, and then there's one more aspect to it. So this is the complicated part, and it has to do with taxes. Basically, if I sell your card on eBay, it looks an awful lot like I made profit that day. And yet your item is like a ghost in my inventory. So I don't add your card to inventory. I don't remove your card from inventory. All I do is sell it, and it looks like I made a profit. So I pay taxes on that. It's a tax problem. That's the bigger issue. It's a tax problem. I guess you could say that's true here too when we do consignment. But yeah, it's a problem. eBay tracks it better. That's the thing. eBay tracks it really well. So that's what scares me. All right, let's see. I should talk to AI more about it, because if you guys want me to list your items on eBay, I probably could. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to list your stuff on eBay, as long as you were willing to accept the fees. Cardos Bandai Starters 000 1997 promo. All right, that's the name of this card. The Cardos Starters. Continue without match. Is this card graded? Yes, it's going to be PSA. The grade is going to be 9. All right, what a cool card, man. This is a desirable piece of Pokemon history, in my opinion. And I happen to have the 10 already. I don't need the 9. Okay. Condition, item specifics, game. I guess I'll just say Pokemon. I don't know. It's not truly the Pokemon TCG. All right. I could put in the description that I've never attempted a regrade with this. I've never tried regrading it. Okay. And then we're going to set the price to, so last sold for 2.5, right? Or no, it was 3.2. And I said I was going to raise it to 4.2. 4,250. Okay. All right. That's pricey. 4,200 for one card. We're going to get done on that. And list item. Okay. Cool. There we go. Z&G has no back end at all. They don't notify you, or you get paid. Really left in the dark. Wouldn't recommend them. I'm not a fan of Z&G. I don't recommend him either. We are. Bandai Starters. I think that guy's kind of unprofessional. Here we are. I also don't like that he doesn't actually collect cards either. It makes him seem like a scalper. There we go. Very nice. DC Sports has better rates and better back end to track and see the status. Probstein, you always have to nag for updates and to get paid. You like DC Sports? If you think DC Sports is good, I'll tell people to go there. I just say Probstein because I remember Probstein, but... All right, so it's 4.2 on eBay. For you guys, it's 4,000. So a better price on the table. That is 2 Pokemon cards get more expensive over time. Last sold, man. That's cool on that. Not surprised one bit either. You can't talk bad about an influencer. I can't about him. Yeah, he's not a good dude. All right, let's see. Not a fan. All right. You know, you're right, I actually almost never talk bad about anyone. I don't like that guy. We need some more slabs up on the table. According to this, there's no orders in the queue. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, guys. What are you guys waiting for when it comes to card releases, huh? Here's Buddy System. Here's Hero and Villain. Here's Red 5. Ooh. That looks really cool, man. Z just a scout. He 100% is. That guy's in it for the money, and that's it. That is all he's here for. He's a snooty, arrogant guy, and he's in it for the money. Here we are. Very good. Doesn't even collect Pokemon cards. What the hell? That's crazy. I'd love it if any of you guys replaced him. Any of you guys would be just as good. Here's... because I know you guys actually collect Pokemon cards. It does upset me that, you know, imagine having some kind of establishment and they're just like a scalper type establishment. It's just stupid. It's just disappointing as hell. Just disappointing as hell. Yeah. I don't know if he'll ever go out of business. I doubt he'll swap jobs one day. But, yeah, I don't like it one bit. Let's see. We just have a standard red 5, huh? Okay, we'll make ours 90. Are you sure Probstein collects? I honestly don't know much about Probstein. There we go. Here, Star Wars Hero to Villain. That's a 9. What makes you think he's unprofessional, mister? He is. He is. There we go. I know things about that guy that I don't speak of. Here's Hero to Villain. We'll put this on 35. Very good. Z&G wants to buy your channel. He couldn't afford it. What about Rudy? I like Rudy. Rudy's fine. Rudy's chill. Nothing wrong with Rudy. Actually, I don't really have any beef with anyone else. Even even PokeRev. I don't have any beef with PokeRev. All that stuff's in the past to me. There we go. Here's this. All right, the buddy system, huh? So we have from hero to villain. You know, I think I underpriced this off the bat. I think 35 is too low for this. I got to remember, PSA is shut down and it's hard to grade cards now. So slightly higher. It's going to be 40. That is Darth Vader. We got to put some respect on his name. And then buddy system. I think that this card is really too bad it got such a low grade. We're going to put this in for 30 bucks. So this card shall be 30. How much is that Anakin Darth Vader face card I saw with the returns? Well, is he nearby? Let's see if he's nearby. If I can find him. Let's see. What are your thoughts on YouTube pushing video game and vertical and not card shops? Here we are. Wait, what? Oh, beautiful morning for Padme. What are you saying again? Are you saying YouTube put out a statement saying they're not pushing card shops? TCC, is that Japanese Charizard Gym Battle still available? Japanese Charizard Gym Battle. Yes. Gym breakdown here. It's a good one. Beatrice is in it. He's a hella old dude with a little hat who started with the sports. I don't hate him if he's Jewish. I wish people wouldn't, you know, so I don't like that. I don't like, if you're going to, you know, I don't like anti-Semitism. I also don't agree with being mean toward Muslims either. Okay, so I'm not all about that over here, right? Everyone's welcome. It's a card shop. If he's a guy with the little hat, that's his choice. He could be a guy with the little hat. I don't care. Here's Rock Lee. Now, I don't know much about him otherwise, but I think that that's kind of not a, you know, like, you know, let's say a guy was a Muslim and he opened up a, you know, like a reseller service of some type or another, maybe a consignment service. Are you not going to use his service because he's Muslim? There's people out there who don't like Muslims either. I'm just not about that. Here's Rock Lee. I don't know much about him other than he's been in the game for a very long time. I've seen his listings since before when I started, he was already working. So he's been in it for a long time. I know that. But so has Z&G, of course. I know that, but I know other things about him that I don't like. Let's see. Fierce Ambitions. So I don't have a price on this Rock Lee card. All right. I mean, why would YouTube push card shops over gaming? Live card shops are super niche. I'm curious because you don't talk about bad other YouTubers, really. We're going to say Rock Lee, Fierce Ambitions. Fierce Ambitions. Ooh, here's a whole lot of the golden cards for 2,500. But let's try this number, NUS 020. Let's try this. Just can't find him. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Look at that. $100. I don't know about that. That's a lot of money. Okay, here's another one for $30. Now, that sounds about right. Let me check sold. Oh, interestingly, we have a sold. That's a PSA 9 sold for 200. So PSA 9 sold for 200. All right, we're in a ballpark. We're in the ballpark at this point. This is not a 9. This is a 7. Probably $50. Maybe 55. I mean, half of 198 would be 100. Yeah, it sounds about 50. So using the typical scaling, this would probably be about 50. Let's see. It would be 2024 Galaxy Power of the Dark Side. I know what you're talking about. The one where part of his helmet's broken off. It's like from that one episode, the Disney episode. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with that Star Wars card. I just have to run into it. I haven't ran into it. Sent via website. Okay, let's start processing some of these orders real fast. We gotta get these orders. There was some guy shouting nonsense about APAC that was anti-Semitic. Listen, there's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot of wars. You know, there was the whole October attack on Israel. Then Israel wiped out, Palestine, and now we're attacking Iran. There's a lot of Middle East wars. I'm not about war. I think that the war should end. Of course, it's a fight over the little plot of land called the Holy Land, and people fight over that a whole bunch. But when it comes to card collecting, everybody's welcome. I actually genuinely feel that way. Like, I've thought about it a lot, guys. I'm a philosophical type of guy. I've thought about it a lot. It's really retarded, all that stuff. You don't get paid to go to war. You guys don't professionally get paid to talk about, hey, I'm on one side, I'm on the other side. No one pays you to do that. So, if you go out in public and start taking sides, you're just joining some kind of war effort or something almost, and you don't get paid to do that. So let the guys who go on, like Ben Shapiro types or, whoever else is on the internet, they go on and they try to influence the war one way or the other. Those guys get paid to do that, and then it's just people killing people. That's all it is. It's really stupid. So I'm all about the Pokemons, and I really am passionate about Pokemon and not about war. So that's how I feel about it all. And my belief is everybody has to get along. So, all this religious stuff holds everybody back. That's my opinion. So I'm more of a secularist, and I'll stick to that because I am a secularist. So, the future is when everyone stops killing each other. Here we go, Mr. Mark, one Mega Dream. Here's a Mega Dream. No one's paying you to choose a side. So I recommend not picking a side. not getting involved in, like, there's a lot of internet propaganda. Guys make shorts, or they make long form, or they make this, or they make that, where they tell you how bad the other team is, and we're the good guys, God is on our side, and you should be scared of them for this, or they're going to get you, boogeyman in the closet. Probstein's a guy selling Pokemon cards on eBay. He's not doing anything. And I'm sure he's a religious guy. A lot of humans are religious. It's just how it is. It's like, what are you going to do about it? You're going to go recruit yourself? I'm not getting recruited. Hell no, dude. I'm too smart for that. So here's this. You ready? No recruiting for me. I'm not getting recruited into anybody's ideological, war over a tiny strip of land in the Middle East. I'm all about the Pokemons. Everyone's welcome. Are you ready? We got Mark Kaplan. Yeah, I thought about it a lot. You are? When you choose a side, you've been influenced. You've been influenced by somebody or another on the internet. There you go. And here's Teva Festival. Here's Salamance. It's the Salamance. All right. Salamance. Here's Inferno. Ooh. Must have joined the band data center of the Ozark crew. Now, that's a different subject, though, I feel. I actually live here. I actually live here. Those are my genuine feelings. I don't want a data center right next to the lake. It's so cringy. It's like they could put it in any armpit of Missouri. Missouri is huge. It's this huge, empty plot of land in the smack dab middle of America. And I know because I've driven through it. I've driven from Lake of the Ozarks to Kansas City, to St. Louis, and Springfield. And there's just these vast empty quantities of land. But they want to put, what, a data center in the most beautiful part of Missouri? It makes no sense. So and it really only makes sense from one point of view. The guy who owns the land in Lake of the Ozarks, he's just looking, how do I make the most money on a piece of paper? That's all he's doing. He's not thinking about what's best for everybody. He's just wondering how to make the most money from his little plot of land. Super annoying. Super cringe. All right, that's Mr. Mark. But that's a different subject, you know. Is it true you're a Palpatine supporter? He's going to bring peace to his new empire. It is. All right. The senators should all just get into a room and vote to fix things. Well, they do, but the problem is they all disagree with each other. Well, they should be forced to be made to agree. Who's going to force them? You? Maybe. All right, let's see. I don't remember the dialogue for that scene. Okay, we're going to remove this bag. That's the super expired bag. How does that line go? That was in Star Wars Clone Wars. And it is Anakin talking to, what's her name? Padme. And they're having an actual pretty, it's a pretty funny conversation about, you know, democracy versus a totalitarian empire, right? And they're sort of foreshadowing the fact that Anakin's about to become a bad guy because he's talking about how authoritarianism is needed to solve the problems in society. And, you know, Padme's like, well, who's going to enforce the rules? It's like, well, maybe somebody should. It's really fun. You know, when you look at China, China is not a democracy. Okay, so why are they not falling apart to pieces? Why do they have a more advanced cities than we do? If you ever go research it, they do. They've got more advanced cities than we do. Why is China the second wealthiest economy in the world? It didn't matter. What mattered is that the people were productive and that the government was competent. So you could have a successful authoritarian regime. It doesn't seem to happen very often, but China's proven that it can be done. It's very interesting. But, you know, China actually practices a lot of capitalism. State capitalism is what it's called. And they don't involve themselves in a lot of wars, by the way. That's another thing. Very smart. U.S. is always at war. So expensive. And what do we get from it? Besides like 100 new enemies. We get so many enemies to push our ideological view of the world. Oh, this is Nicholas saying a pack split for the gym break. So you want another round of this? Is that what you're saying? I can do this. Okay, so this will say gym break. 33. Nicholas, are you trying to do another one of these? Is that it? Nope. 2 and 3. Anyways. Dam collapsed and they build with polystyrene, Venezuela. What? You don't want to go fight in the sand wars? It's never ending, dude. It's never ending. In order for the Middle East to find peace, everybody has to let go of their 2,000-year-old book that says this land is my land. That's all it comes down to. They got a book and everyone follows the book. And it's like, you weren't there. You didn't see God write it by hand, did you? You're taking a second-hand account that it's all prophecy and scripture and truth. So they're all following the books on both sides, and it's no good, man. And we do it too, by the way. America does it too. We're supposed to be enlightened. Science and reason, everybody. Science and reason. We're supposed to be enlightened over here. but we get involved in it too, and it's just like there's got to be some way to stop it. I don't know. It's the whole thing's very tricky if you actually get into the weeds. I think today Trump was saying something like Iran keeps breaking the ceasefire deal, so it's over. So I suspect they're about to go back to. I guess we're just going back to war with Iran. I don't know. It's crappy. It's an interesting play because maybe all of his plan really was to get that deal no matter what, to just get some kind of deal going so that if they did break it, he would look, more justified in whatever he was about to do next. It's kind of interesting. All right, because, he talks a big game, but then he did this deal with Iran, and the Republicans were skewering him for it, but so were the Democrats. They were calling it weak. They're saying he gives them too much. And so Trump appears to be this jerk bad guy, but then he works out this deal with Iran where it's like they actually get some concessions. And it looks like there's a pathway to peace. But then they keep attacking commercial boats or something like that, I guess is what I've been told. And, so now he's saying the deal is off. And, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Let's see. If everyone eats pork, the whole world will be happy. Well, let's get that Topps Merlin sticker for Mr. Nicholas. You ready? Ooh. Mister, I got a Merlin sticker pack with my order too. Hell yeah, dude, let's get it. Well, why fund healthcare or college when we can go to war for the upteenth time? Ooh. Yeah, I don't even know if I support the whole socialist, everything should be free either. I really am pro-capitalist. America became the wealthiest country by a lot, and it didn't do socialist healthcare or socialist college for most of its existence. And you do have countries that do that. You have Europe. They do it, and it seems very compassionate. There's a lot of empathy involved. Your ovaries flare up. You're like, oh, it's good for the children. But it's like those countries have stagnant economies, and they have tax rates that are unbelievable. Like I was just reading about, after earning £34,000, how high the tax rate kicks up, and it's like, well, then it's not free. You're actually paying for it forever. Your entire working career, you're going to pay for your health care, you're going to pay for your supposed college education, and then you're going to pay for everyone else's education and everyone else's health care, even if you didn't go to college, right? Even if you shouldn't have gone to college. It's so inefficient. It sort of forces everybody to go because they don't want to miss out on the free college. You'd be a loser. You'd be unemployable if you missed out on the free college. But what we know about college from the capitalist society is that it's overpriced. A lot of places don't even hire you if you have a college degree. And so college degrees don't promise a good job, and they don't promise that you have any real skills. It does promise that you took creative writing or that you read Shakespeare or some kind of nonsense like that. But at what cost? At the cost of paying 50% taxes for the rest of your life on the upper end of your income? That's not a good trade. That's a terrible trade, actually. So, you get these high tax places in Europe, and all the companies want to leave those places. They don't want to work there. So you lose the company and you lose the jobs too. The jobs go to some other country. We need two more. So, and then healthcare, I do think there should be some socialized healthcare. That's a noble purpose. I see the education I'm not sure about is only because I don't know how effective it is per dollar. But the healthcare, I think anyone of working age probably should get free healthcare. Anyone of working age. I think after a certain age, you have to cut it off and say, all right, it's up to you after this point. Because if you just pay for an 80-year-old to live for another year, that could cost taxpayers $500,000 because it gets that expensive near the end. Near the very end, when you're scraping on for another year of life, there's all these anti-cancer medications. There's you need 20 doctors doing open heart surgery on you, and it just becomes super, super expensive. So it's I think there's a point where you're 80 years old, you don't contribute to the economy at all. Your life is basically over. You get one more year after this, and you want to spend $500,000. That $500,000 should go to a child who still has their whole life ahead of them, not to a guy who's 80 trying to get to 81. It's just, even though it sounds like it lacks empathy, it is empathy to recognize when the money is no longer effective and it's being lost. But when you're just trying to live another year, you don't care about that. If you're 80 and you're really determined to stay alive, you don't care about that kind of stuff. You said, so what? Let society pay for it. So there becomes a problem with that. So that's the problem with socialized healthcare. It's not for you. It's not for young people. It's for people who are like 80 going on 81. And so maybe the cutoff age should be like 55. I don't know. But at some point, it needs to swap over to you, to your savings. But young people to a certain age should receive it. Here's Nathan Gordon. Char Battle. You got it, man. Society lived without socialized healthcare for most of its existence. Society survived with no free healthcare for like a really long time. And we're in the future now and we don't have infinite money and we have to spend it carefully. It has to be an investment. When you spend the government's money, it should be an investment. And that can be hard to hear, but it's the right thing to do for society. That's the right thing to do for society. All right, you ready? There are young people today who can't buy a home. They can't have children. They don't even consider it until they're like in their 30s, like me. And it's because a car now costs $25,000. A house costs like $450,000. You have to earn like $90,000 to be able to pay that $450,000 home. People aren't getting homes till they're like almost 40 now. And it's like your society is going to collapse. It's going to be like hive collapse because no one can afford a child anymore. And meanwhile, people are like Bernie Sanders is getting young people to cheer on unaffordable healthcare that we can't actually afford to socialize without increasing the tax rate the way they do in Europe. In Europe, they pay so much and they do it for their entire careers. And you guys don't appreciate that unless you do research on the tax rates. And Europeans may not appreciate that either. They might not actually know what it feels like to keep most of their income. There it is. Mr. wants to slam the oldies. I don't think they should be slimed. I just think that, the government's money should be invested because that's what's right for everybody. It's right for everybody. The money should be invested. And let's say you had to spend $1 million. Do we spend $1 million helping a 94-year-old become a 95-year-old? Or do we help a kid with $1 million? The kid's got his whole life ahead of him. Why should the kid miss out on the $1 million? Tell me why that's a worse outcome compared to spending it on the person who's got about 2 years left and they're 94. Because that's a real scenario that really does happen. I just think that there has to be some kind of limit to it. Because if you cannot have a logical or reasonable investment of the money, then you quickly run out of it. And we have actually run out of it. The U.S. is $40 trillion in debt. So the United States is already out of money. All right, here goes. Beatrice Tyranitar and Clam Pearl. Wow, really easy. Round 1, Miss Beatrice. Round 2, Togi Kiss and Garchomp. Round 2, Mr. Nathan. Round 3, we got Spide Ups and Articuno. Wow, the last round is won by just 10 HP. It goes to Miss Beatrice. Sorry, Nathan. Miss Beatrice has had some misses too, so she's just breaking even actually. So she's not swimming in all the wins, but she's going to take this one. The Clan Pearl, your logic stems from the fact that we need to increase taxes when instead if we cut military... No, that's not true. You've been told that probably by like an influencer. So what you should do is go online and see what percentage of the U.S. budget actually goes to the military. And what you'll realize is the military, despite how much we spend on it, which is a lot of money, it's actually a tiny percentage of what we spend as a government. Almost all of the money goes toward welfare. If you guys did not know this, you can actually go look up what the government spends all its money on. So almost all of the U.S. budget goes to retirement. That would be the, what do they call that? Why is it not popping up in my head? I'm getting dementia, guys. Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. They take almost the entire budget. Those things right there. That's almost the entire budget. Socialized government healthcare takes almost the entire U.S. budget, if you did not know that. In fact, only a sliver of the money goes to education, too. So military takes a sliver, education takes a sliver, a couple other things take a sliver, and then almost the entire budget is just Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. So if you've ever wondered where all the U.S. dollars go, now you know. But you can go look this up. There's charts that'll show you how the U.S. budget is handled. Could we reduce the amount we spend on the military? We certainly could. Would that actually pay for everyone's health care? It would not, because health care is that expensive. There you are. The bombs are cheaper. There it is. So people joke about that when we go to war. They make a joke. They say, there goes my socialized healthcare. That's not true. Socialized healthcare is so much more expensive than you realize. And that's why they have to have a tax rate of 45% in the UK. A tax rate on your income of 45% in the UK to pay for healthcare. They have to take half of all your money. Not all of it, but after a certain amount. All right, Javier Arroyo. What's up, Mr. 2 Marvel Magics, 2 Ascended Heroes, 1 Live Custom. Let's start with the Live Custom. All right. National Defense is 13%. Yeah, exactly. So just a little over 1/10 of the budget is for military. And that's, by the way, that's not a crazy idea to spend about 1/10 of your budget on military. Like, you do have to have some kind of military. Here it is. We're a wealthy nation, so when you hear the numbers that get spent, it makes your eyes pop. You go, all that money goes to the military? That could go to me. So in your head, you think it's a lot, but relative to the amount of money we bring in, it's actually not. So what happens to all the other money? All right, okay, so Squirtle 015 is going to be this cutie from Pokemon Go. All right, so we can re-roll it for 75 or we can keep it. What are you thinking? Here we are. They all still live in rooms with popcorn ceilings. Where does it say majority goes to welfare? If you look it up, the majority of the US dollars go to welfare, and it's not even close. It's this humongous amount, with the majority of it being made up of Medicaid, Medicare. That's socialized healthcare. We already have it in the US. We have socialized healthcare. It's Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. It's huge. Takes up such a huge amount of the budget. Keep. All right, you got it. Social Security was flawed. It was predicated on a belief that future generations would be bigger than the previous. Yeah, exactly. So the idea is it scrapes a little bit of money out of all the kids' incomes, right? Well, what happened in the past was people had 5 kids. So, you know, mom and dad could scrape a little bit of money out of every kid's wallet, and that kind of worked because there were extra kids. What happens when there are no kids? When the birth rates fall to 1? You can't just take the entire paycheck from one kid to give to an elderly person. It doesn't work. So you can raise the tax rates for Social Security, but now you're really just being vampired. You're a kid, you've got children you want to have, you got a house you want to own, but you can't because all your money goes to taxes. And that's what's happening in Europe, by the way. They're having no kids over there. Very few children. And all their money is taxed away from them, and they still can't afford anything. They get free healthcare, though, but that healthcare mostly isn't for young people. It just goes to the elderly. That's the truth. That's the cold truth, whether you like it or not. Young people don't have as many health problems. And, you know, I'm 37, so I'm getting closer myself. All right, I got to go get some more, packs. Give me a second. All right, here we are. So, you know, we could reduce the U.S. military budget from like 13% to like, let's say 9%. I'm generally okay with that. But the idea that that would pay for everyone's healthcare is just not true. It's not enough money. You would need a change in the tax system. Something like what Europe's doing, right? Like Europe already does it. You would need a tax system where it's like, once you earn, let's say like, what would it be, like $40,000? After $40,000, the rest of your income needs to be taxed at about 45%. That's what you would need. That's what they're doing. That's how they're doing it over there. After an income of about $45,000, their tax rate kicks up to about 45%. That's how they afford it. There we go. And to tell you the truth, it's just the young working class people paying for, you know, some 80-year-old guy to live another year. Is that good? Maybe. Maybe it's good. But, you know, Europe also can't afford a military either. So they've already tried the trick. No military spending. All the taxes go to healthcare. How's that resulted? That's an experiment, by the way, you know. Societies didn't work that way in the past. It's a complete experiment. Brand new idea. I wouldn't say the idea is brand new, but because people keep trying socialism. It's not a brand new idea, but it's an experiment that they've implemented it that way. And we praise them for it all the time. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. It hasn't led to an increase in wealth, in my opinion. You think it would, but it didn't. Here's Hops Pincurchin. There we go. In the United States, we have a problem where it's something like 1 in 3 men are working right now. 1 in 3 working age men are actually working. And I personally think a big part of that reason is because there's not as big of an emergency for them to get work because we have such generous welfare programs. So I think it's one of those downsides to welfare that people don't really like to think or talk about. The more free money you give away, the less people want to work. And I think socialism for healthcare and education works the same way. So if you give everyone free college, they're just going to spend their whole life in college. They're going to be like, can I just get back into college? It's free, and I just get to chill around in college. It's fun, you know. College years are really fun. It's like a vacation almost with, you know, studying and homework and all that. Political triumph. Look at this. So, you know, but that's wasted dollars. Those dollars aren't invested. You're just paying for stunning sharks. Look, this reminds me of Street Sharks. That's not invested money. That money's just kind of being burned up. So Europe is burning money on this free health, the free education. They're burning it like crazy. And what is it resulting in? Is it resulting in the country becoming unfathomably wealthy? Hell no. Not even close, man. Invisible Woman sues Storm. We are. Germany just came out like a couple months ago and said the welfare state is bankrupt. They just said they ran out of money. Iron Man, Titan of Innovation, Heroic Feast. So it has not been a big success. And it's a subject I'm sure they're hotly debating. But, you know, once you start handing people free money, it's very hard to take it back. Because you almost seem like a killer if you take it back. I'll die without this money. How did humans ever live without it? Without, you know, free this, free that, free everything. Santa Claus. The government is Santa Claus. Here we got Serpent Specialist. But that was the fall of Rome, right? The fall of Rome was the Roman government began inflating their money because they spent more than they actually brought in. So it was an economic problem. And that was the collapse of the kingdom the empire. And you see that with every collapse. Every single time a society collapses, it's the same problem. It's a financial problem. So before we can make any other decisions as a society, we have to make one agreement. We never financially collapse. That means whatever socialist plan we decide on, whatever good idea, well-intentioned idea we put together, it's got to lead to prosperity. It's got to. It's got to lead to productivity. Got to lead to future investment. It's got to lead to growth. We can't just go into infinite debt because we felt bad over something or another. You know, we go, oh, I feel very bad about this. Here, let's throw a bunch of free money at it. It's like, you just can't do that. It just doesn't work. It is War Machine. America should be taken over by China. Someone here would like that. Yeah, there probably would be somebody. Here's Hook, always hungry. But maybe they would do a better job. I don't know. I don't know how they are financial. I think they have struggles over there too sometimes. Here's Rancor. You won't bait me. I'm not saying anything more political. What's everyone's choice for best movie? When I was in Germany, my friend said, university is basically free, but you have to pass your exit exam from high school, and they are tough. No pass, no higher education unless you pay. Yeah, so basically what you're describing, though, is a system that makes it harder and harder to actually access the supposed socialist money. So why would they need to do that? Well, they need to do that because they don't have enough money for everyone to just, relax at college for 4 years for free. And that's how it works. We already have that system without socialism. It's called capitalism. And the way you prove that you're worthy of something is you work really hard. That's the proof over there. Well, they're saying in their high school, you have to prove that you're going to work on your grades really hard. It's the same idea. It's skill and merit based. All right, here's Mr. Javier. All right, wonderful. We got Hawkeye, Rancor, Hook, always angry, Bullseye. So, the idea of socialism is that the wealthy create fair equity with the unwealthy. And capitalism creates inequality because it says, hey, there's winners in the race and then there's losers. And so, the socialist utopia is that we'll just pay for the people who are not competent enough. It'll be great. But then look, a merit-based system emerges anyways. Here it is, Javier. A merit-based system emerges. And this happens within communism as well, right? So in communism, like communist China, it turns out there's just not enough free money. After the government takes all the money, there's not enough. And you don't end up with everyone being equal to each other. You end up with a totalitarian, authoritarian regime who took all the money and has all of the military. You end up with an unequal system because it's still merit-based. It becomes a merit-based struggle to join the Communist Party, to join the upper echelons, to be able to control the money and control the soldiers. So a merit-based system emerges every single time. Every single time. We try to do away with merit-based systems because we don't like them, because we say, hey, we don't like there to be winners and losers. That makes me feel uneasy. It makes me feel like there's unfairness and somebody's got more than somebody else. So we are constantly trying to fight nature. And by the way, that system is basically evolution, right? At its heart, that's what evolution is. A set of genes express themselves really well, and then it gets to duplicate or replicate. That is evolution. Jump me in that gym battle. You got it. Okay, NHCC, that is evolution. Is the inequality. That's why it's never going away, by the way. Because that's the evolution of your genes. Well, in theory, it could go away in a sci-fi kind of story. So what we could do is some sort of like gene splicing. So it would be like gene socialism, right? So you take the most valuable set of genes in society and then you offer it for free to everybody. Now that would be gene socialism, where you just get good genes without having to mate with that person or convincing them to mate with you, right? So you didn't have to express any kind of special skill to obtain super high quality genes. But deep down, that's what's going on. It's all a battle for gene replication, and it gets expressed in the real world as, sort of like social stratification, resource obtainment, maybe actual physical fighting, like battle war. So you get gene expressed, and the winners get to go on to replicate. And here's Mark Kaplan. He says 3 mega dreams. All right, ready? But people are very uncomfortable with that, and they don't like it. So they want justice. They want equity. That's the word they use, equity. Some people call it communism. Some people call it socialism. Some people call it empathy, helping the poor. So it's all gene expression, and that's why genes are so really interesting to me. I'm very fascinated by them. One Terra Festival. All of it is just gene expression. And the genes will express themselves, and then some genes will replicate more easily than others. Here we are. Let's go get that Terra Festival. don't have it in here, do we? I don't see it out there. Terra Festival. You know, I got so much product, it's hard to find it sometimes. All right, bear with me, guys. I haven't found the Terra Festival. Bear with me. I got to look one more time, okay? I'm going back out there. I should have tons of it. Maybe I need a new box of it. Let me look. All right, here we are. I got it. It was kind of hidden away. We found it. Ta-da! All right. Very good. Ready? Let's go ahead and snip this. Snip. Does anyone think Zendaya is attractive? It says Mr. Magician's Hobby. Hey, what's up, man? All right. Very good. I've always thought that she has kind of a frumpy, frowny face. And I don't understand why they keep telling me she's attractive. It's kind of annoying. There are attractive women of color out there. I just don't think it's Zendaya. All right. 2 Korean Inferno. She's got kind of a frumpy, frowny face. She's kind of like that. I don't know. I don't like Timothy Chalamet either. I think he looks like some kind of femboy twink or something. We are. What happened to like Arnold Schwarzenegger and I don't know, some other guys? George Clooney, Brad Pitt or whatever. Now we get like Timothy Chalamet, I guess. We are. Woo. Very nice. TCC confirmed gay for not liking Zendaya. She's uggo, dude. Never liked her. We talked about this before in the stream, and I had the same feeling now as before. She's like I don't know, she's like an average. I could go to a McDonald's out here in Lake of the Ozarks, and there's a more attractive girl working the cashier at McDonald's. It's just how it is. I don't know what to tell you. She just looks frumpy, dude. And they put her up into Hollywood outfits. They put on lots of makeup. She has like a stylist. Okay, and the stylist is maybe getting paid like $100,000 a year. Who knows what they get paid to be a stylist out there? A Hollywood stylist. So she has a stylist who's contouring her face and her hair and her makeup. She has access to whatever surgeries she wants to make herself as attractive as possible. And the local girl at the McDonald's is more attractive. That's just how it is. So if you gave that girl a $100,000 stylist and the surgeries and the hairdos and the makeups and the outfits and the glitter, you know, in the background and the environment, it wouldn't even be close. Here goes. Are you ready? Mr. Mark. Yeah, she's, I don't know how she got into power as an actor, but boy, they really push her into everything. Here it is, Tara Pagos. Every time I see her, I go, nah. All right, here's... I hate to say that. I'm not trying to be a hater, but, you know, if we want to talk about subjective opinions on beauty, she's just... Again, like, there are attractive women of color out there, but she's just not. She got, like, this frowny face. Here we are. Here's this guy. The 1,160 I sent is towards the Gengar slab away. BP Vargas. Sounds good, man. I'm clenching my poop to get back out to make some more money. Pray for your boy. Clenching my poop. She's a DEI hire. That might be the case. It might be something like Hollywood saying you have to hire people of color or else you're going to get kicked out of our industry or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how she got her position. But I don't think beauty is the only thing. I think acting's really important. And I've watched her in Dune 1 and Dune 2, and I didn't think she was a good actor either. I didn't think she did anything particularly special. She didn't bring anything new to the table. She was just there. And so I didn't think she was a good actor, and I don't think she's that attractive. And I'm not just saying that to beat up on her. I just feel that way, you know? And I think that that's true when you go online. You see a lot of people talking that way. I think a lot of people are going, all right, how's this A-list tier, you know, Hollywood actress? How's this a thing? But then you get people defending her too. I think, you know, when you hear people pushing one way, you get people pushing back the other way. Here's Rayquaza and Garchomp. And everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, right? It's a subjective thing. It is. Belle Delphine. That's right. Belle Delphine, instantly hotter, obviously. Hey, we're looking for one more person to join this gym break. $33. It's for a spot in the pack split, the $100 pack split. Can you look through my bag for a trade break? Have some ARs in there you can take in addition to hollows. Ooh, okay, Mr. Mark. Ugh. Mister, you got a frowny face. I might have a frowny face, but I'm not a Hollywood actor. I'm not a Hollywood actress. You know, I don't claim to be, I'm probably not, you know, I don't think I would rank very high. I might have a frowny face, but again, they're not casting me to be like an A-list star, you know, just how it is. And we used to have really attractive actresses, and maybe that's the thing society doesn't care for anymore. Like, you can't convince me there wasn't someone hotter out there. So was it nepotism? How did she get into her position? Again, it's not the acting chops, because I've seen her acting, and it's just like, it's like college humor level of acting. It's about what you would expect it to be. It's not like she brought something new. She's not some super advanced actress. You know, the actors on College Humor had about the same level of charisma on screen, or like, you know, whatever small cadences or whatever it is they do to make you go, whoa, that's acting. We are. Let's see. It's sort of like, here, read these lines. Now act angry. Good. Now act sad. Good. We are. All right. So here's a chunk of Pokemon Hollows. It's a pretty small chunk. Let's add some yucky EXs to it. Latios is kind of cool, actually. Here's a Oricori-O. Here's a Yanmega. So we're looking for your junk first. That's what we're looking at first, okay? Imagine you don't want these guys. You might want Ho-Oh. Salamence. I can tell there's more hollows behind these. Let's see. Well, Zendaya started when she was a kid. Law. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about her. And again, I don't want to be like ruthlessly mean about it. It's just, it is surprising though, isn't it? She gets role after role after role after role in these major movies. And it's like, do they really have no one else? They can just choose a different girl of color. I don't care if it's like a DEI issue. But it's like, she got the frumpy frown face, dude. And I keep getting told she's the prettiest girl I've ever seen in my life. And she's just not, dude. She looks so, like, normal. She looks average. You are? All right. But it's the same with the men, too. Like, the men aren't exactly going up in attractiveness either. You are? All right. Looking good. Lots of cards in there. So how about this for $5? Would you be interested in that trade? Sabrina is the prettiest. You're talking about Sabrina Carpenter? She's okay. She has that Italian look, doesn't she? Sabrina Carpenter. There we are. She's part Italian, isn't she? She reminds me almost of Madonna. There we are. Who is the prettiest? So we're just beating up on Zendaya. What about who is the prettiest? Can anyone answer me that? I feel like I get on Instagram, right? And you find pretty people instantly. Gorgeous women, models. Like in 2 seconds, they'll be promoted through the algorithm. So it's not like they don't exist. The Instagram algorithm can find hot people like that. They can find them so fast. Is it because they can't act? It's got to be like connections or something. It's got to be like who you know. All right, let's see what we're saying. I'll do that for 5. Also mentioned a bunch of ARs in chat. All right, so let's take a look at the ARs as well. Sounds like you'd like to do a second trade. Margot Robbie. Oh, Margot Robbie's very sexy. There's different kinds of sexy, you know, like there's like almost like sexual sexy, and then there's like beautiful, you know, like pretty beautiful. You probably want to keep this Lapras. Let's see. Here's a Snow Runt. You may not want to have the Snow Runt. Okay, you probably want to keep him. Here's Togekiss. I don't know how you feel about Togekiss. It's just an okay AR in my opinion. All right, so we've got a couple here. Anna Diamors, Anne Hathaway. I never liked Anne Hathaway. She's got like too big of eyebrows or something. I've seen her tits. She's been nude in movies. She's very pretty. Her body is very pretty, but I can't stand her, man. I can't stand to look at her. She's got like these huge eyebrows. I can't describe it. Something about her just makes me so annoyed when I look at her. But she's very pretty in a sensual way, but like beauty-wise. So let's take a look at these. $5 for these two and $10 for these two. What do you think? Total of $15. $15, $20. Dazation and Dugong are also duplicates. So those are Korean. I can take them if you want. I would probably offer like $1 on them. Not very much. One of the many packages came in. Harley Quinn is top tier S-Class. And Hathaway, Chloe Grace, Whoopi Goldberg. I remember Whoopi Goldberg in the past. She was in a number of movies in the past. She was a very irreverent woman. She was like a strong woman, literally. And she was fun. She got on The View, though, huh? And The View's been... That's definitely a thing. Can I keep the Togekiss? Okay, so the Togekiss stays with you. So I would offer... I guess I would offer $10 on the 3 of these, so it doesn't change. So the Togekiss goes back to you. Okay. Let's see. Mr. has watched Havoc. No, I've not. Bonnie Blue. I don't care what anyone says about her morals. Dude, she is very hot. I don't know what she has. She has like a look that makes me think she's like from the past or something. Like she's from like Neanderthal times. I can't describe it. And she's got like those piercing blue eyes, like she's some sort of frozen ice walker from Game of Thrones. I don't know, but she's a bit too freaky for me. Bonnie Blue is pretty crazy. She's too wild. She's out of control, but very pretty. Riley Reid. Riley Reid's like a 10, dude. She's gorgeous. I don't know what she has going on. She's like a fairy, dude. But it's only a very sexy kind of gorgeous. It's not like a Hollywood actress kind of gorgeous, right? Very different. Alexis's shipping is top tier. Oh, she does a good job. She wraps every item individually is what I've noticed. Okay, so I think we're doing this for $15. Okay. Let me grab a bag here. Riley Reid's very sexy. There. All right. Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the day. Jennifer White. I don't know those, unfortunately. Some names you recognize. You shouldn't, though. Let me put this over here. All right. So now you're going to end up with $15. Good luck. You ever tell Alexis she's using too much tape? I tell her the opposite. I tell her use as much as you can. I tell her that all the time. Use as much as you can. When your box has a lot of tape on it, it is less likely to fall apart if it gets stepped on or rolled over. Also, if it rains or floods, it's less likely to get leaked into with water. And as it turns out, tape's very cheap. Tape costs nothing. So your Pokemon cards often cost hundreds of dollars, and a whole roll of tape costs $1. So there you have it. All right, Mr. Mark. Ta-da! I meant her looks. Shipping is her last name. Elizabeth Hurley, Cameron Diaz. Unfortunately, I'm very bad with Hollywood names. I don't know all these people, but Yeah, there's been a lot of very beautiful Hollywood actresses over the years. And Zendaya sort of feels like some sort of Gen Z doom scrolling character, you know. She feels sort of like we've given up, we've thrown in the towel or something. Like we've progressively made ourselves uglier over time. I can't describe it, but she's got the frumpy face like crazy, man. Frumpy all the way. And yes, she has a Hollywood stylist. She's thin. If you're just thin, you're already hot, by the way. If you're just thin, everyone already thinks you're hot. Boom. But, you know, I think the Looks Max community would have something to say about her actual looks. Because anyone can get thin. Especially nowadays with drugs that make you thin. All right, what's next? Nicholas Pacheco. He says, 1 mega dream. You got it. Here we are. McDonald's Dragon. Let's see. Go find a bad picture of Zendaya when she's not done up in makeup. Japanese Black Bolt. And why would so many people so constantly discuss her looks? You know, like, think of somebody who's never discussed about how ugly she is or how, oh, she's not good enough looking. The fact that we constantly have this discussion should tell you something, that people are debating it constantly. Here it is. All right. Nicole Kidman. Yeah, there was that woman who was, how about that woman who was in that episode of The Office with the purses? That was in the first season. She's not Nicole Kidman, is she? I don't know who Nicole Kidman is. Here goes. Winona mention. All right, Winona Ryder. All right. Here's Dragonite and Rayquaza. Ooh. These packs are really nice. I don't know if you guys have thought of that, but the Dragon Discovery packs are like loaded with Charizard, Rayquaza, Umbreon, Dragonite, Pikachu. Good stuff. Mister, you've been talking about Zendaya and her looks. No, that's not true. She gets talked about constantly. So if you go online, anytime someone posts about Zendaya, if you head over to the comments, there's like every single time there's a battle going on in the comments about whether she looks good or not. And then it got brought up here as well. Here's Mag Cargo. Ooh, look at that Mag Cargo. Very nice. Very good. Here's this guy. The one lesbian in American Pie 2. I never watched American Pie. Black Bolt. Zendaya's married. Well, yeah, I mean, she's also probably a multi-millionaire, so she's going to get married. Here we are. I mean, if you want me to be fair, here's another person I don't think's attractive. I don't like Taylor Swift. She's super popular. I can't stand her. And no, I do not find her attractive either. I think she's got another one of those like squished cat face looks. You know what I'm talking about? Those ugly cats with the flat faces and their faces are all smushed up. Leonardo DiCaprio's got it. Taylor Swift has got it. There we go. Nicholas Pacheco. Very nice. I think guys get away with it more easily, but when you're a girl, you get in more trouble. All right, let's grab this because people pay attention to your looks more. Britney Spears was gorgeous. Yeah, like 100 years ago. Before she went nuts. She went crazy. You ever heard her singing when she was a kid? She had a powerful voice, man. She was destined to become an artist. Here we are. I heard some clips of her before she became famous, and I was really impressed. Reminds you a little bit of Michael Jackson almost. Like Michael Jackson, he was really impressive. He's just a natural talent, you know. Some people are born that way. DeVito built like a rotisserie chicken. Danny DeVito. That's that thing. Guys get away with not being attractive, you know. We get away with it sometimes. For us, it becomes, do you have enough skill or something? Is there something cool about you? It's harder for girls. It is. Girls, they're mostly judged by their looks. It's a harsh world. It's just how it is. It's a harsh world. Not that guys don't get judged too. But you can be an ugly guy with $2 million and people will still touch your penis. But if you're an ugly girl with $2 million, you can probably still get people to touch your penis. All right, Brandel Vargas, he says, this is for the Gengar. All right, congratulations. Here's another person who made a lot of money on Slabaway. We had a whole bunch of people do that over the last 2 years. Brandel Vargas, he is finishing Cardos Gengar. Let's go grab the Gengar. he probably just saved like over $3,000 on this card because he had it in slab away. Let's see, Brandel. Thanks for all the money, and I hope you get a good resale on it if you ever go back to sell it in the market, which you might be tempted to one day, which of course I think you should just hold it. Here it is. Brandel, you know, the crazy part about this Gengar is I think I probably paid like $2,000 on it. I can't remember what I paid. There it is. I call it Game Boy Gengar. It's one of the rarest Gengars you can collect. Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa. She's interesting. She's got an amazing face card, man. I don't know if I like the fake boobs. I don't know. There's a part of me that likes it, and then another part of me that doesn't like it. Like, there's a part of me that says, you know, girls who are into getting, like, body modification, super hot. Because it's like a mental thing. It's like where your brain's at. But then there's another part of me that just thinks you're more attractive if your body is just, you know, unchanged. You know what I mean? If it's just the way it was born. I don't know. It's like girls with tattoos. Some guys don't like girls with tattoos. I do like girls with tattoos. I think it's very sexy. It's ironic because I would never get a tattoo for myself. I think they did a study even. They did a study. They said the wealthier a person was, the less likely they have a tattoo. And with the people at the very top, almost not having any tattoos at all. And I can tell you how I fit into that role. I could just never buy one. All that money should be going into stocks or Pokemon or whatever. I could never spend the money on something like that. It just couldn't happen. It's near impossible, whether I think they look cool or not, or they're socially acceptable, or whether Jesus likes them. That's a different story. But just financially, I can't do it. I'm too stingy. I'm like Scrooge. And so I could have never gotten one because I'm too close to being like Scrooge. And so, you know, they say that. They say people at the very top financially, they almost never have any tattoos at all. And so here I am years later, and I've invested all my money, and I'm starting to look like I've become, you know, maybe a millionaire, in theory. I'd have to sell my cards for it to be true. But I got all this money and no tattoos, and someone out there could have bought one of these cards when they were affordable, but they spent $2,000 on a tattoo. They spent $2K on a tattoo, and they shouldn't have done it. They should have bought one of these Shining Mews instead. He was $3,800. So there's someone out there who spent $3,800 on a big body tattoo. This is like a $40,000 card now. So you missed out on that because you're busy getting body ink. And it's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Isn't that an interesting thing to think about? Now, nowadays, we know that tattoos also increase your odds of cancer. Of course, what doesn't? Probably just touching the plastic and the paint on these cards increases my risk. But it's interesting to think it's expensive and it's bad for you because it's going to give you cancer. All right, let's see. Mr. Brandel, that's a very big order. We just got a big order for today. He finished his slab away. Congratulations. Next up, Joseph Smith, one other shuffle snipe. So this is the other shuffle, not to be confused with the Poke Shuffle. What's in here? Non-Pokemon cards. Dragon Ball, One Piece, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Mario. It's all in here, and it's called the other shuffle. Works exactly the same way. 1, 2, 3. Elon Musk has a tramp stamp. I've been thinking about getting rid of my sealed collection. Want to do home improvements. Nah, dude. You know what I've been thinking about, Mr. Mahill? I've been thinking about selling all my homes and having no home at all, owning no home, and just having 100% Pokemon. Every single dollar in Pokemon. That's what I've been thinking about. Sell every home, only Pokemon cards. That's 10 Poke Shuffles. Yep, that's a pull in this box. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Congratulations. So we've got some interesting things in here. And this is one of the potential pulls, is 10 Poke Shuffles. A lot of cross-pollination in these boxes. We do that on purpose. Now look at all these blank cards back here. We got to put some new slabs in the Poke Shuffle. Here goes. You ready? Let's go. Yeah, that was a good snipe, man. He got that for $5. He went from 5 to 50. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now you don't get the bonus card, the 11th card. It doesn't work that way. That's only when you purchase 10. Lombre. Wax Pack Link. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, and Jigglypuff. Oh, this guy's killing it. Look at you. So you end up with the pull from the Poke Shuffles that is a non-Pokemon pull anyways. But you also get Jigglypuff. So, where did I put this? There it is. So you get this guy. You ready? So your $5 is now $75. Wow. And now the Jigglypuff. He went from $5 to $75 in the other shuffle. But he's got more. But wait, there's more. And this guy. So he went from $5 in the other shuffle to $105. All right, what are we thinking about these two items? You can keep the Wax Packs link, you can keep the Jigglypuff, or you can re-roll them. Either of them. I just picked up a Pop 2 poker card, Azumarill from Silver Deck. Let's see, Charlie Jordan is my all-time favorite. Mister, I have a lot of tattoos. You know, it's just life. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging anyone. Like I said, I think girls look really sexy with tattoos. So I don't think that they're aesthetically displeasing. It's just, I'm such a stingy person. I'm like screwed, you know. It's true. I'm very stingy. I learned that from being in a family of 11 kids, you know. We were so poor all the time. My mom noticed everything. Like if you didn't turn a light off in a room, she's like, that costs us money. If you held the front door open too long, she'd be like, we're losing air conditioning. But you guys have probably experienced that. Some of you guys have experienced that as well. I don't live that way anymore, but that was my whole life as a child, you know. Every single thing you did was micromanaged because we needed to save as much money as possible. Let's see. I opened a whole box of those packs. I'm going to go crazy. Re-roll both. All right, so we're going to re-roll this to 65. And we're going to re-roll this to 25. Okay. These have to be put back in. This goes back in for the full 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are going back in. That's 15 in a row right there. If you ever see someone pull 10 in a row and it's cold, now you know why. So 25 and 65 is 90, and so 90 is 18. You get 18 for your next round. All right. You should get something for 18. Let's see what happens. Your mom sounds hella Asian. Yeah, your dad was the Pinoy, ironically. Yeah, he liked to spend money, actually. My dad was bad with money, so my mom was super controlling. She didn't let him have access to the bank or anything. Yeah, he liked to spend. He wasn't very good with money at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There you go. There's a re-roll of 90. What's going to happen? 1, 2. Oh, Rhydon. All right. We got the big Rhydon. There's a star spot. So this cannot be re-rolled. This is a star spot. We're going to move you into a star break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So the star box break is the MetaZoo box. I'm going to grab this and put it here. I'm going to grab a card here. You know, actually, hold on. Let me grab a different energy card. So we're going to say Joseph Smith. Good. Put you in there. And we're going to give this a sticker. So yeah, we always have a star box break. And this time it's MetaZoo. We got one person in there now. And take a look at it real fast. It's for the whole box. There's 2 spots remaining. It's actually a pretty small break. First edition MetaZoo. This is like their base set, basically. So Mothman presumably is in here. All right, now the Rhydon is the BGS6 Rhydon. Let's go grab that. Throw this away. Where is a Rhydon? Filipinos are the worst. What? Why do you say that? There it is, Rhydon. That's so mean. Ta-da! I actually don't know anything about Filipinas. That's $100 ride-on. What would you like to do with the ride-on? That's a very Filipino attitude, loving to ball out when you broke. Yeah, he was very charismatic and very energetic, and she was more like super neurotic and very conservative. My ex was Filipina. She was nothing but trouble. I'm a YT. Reroll that, John. So you're re-rolling this? Okay, here we are. This is going to say 90. That's square cut ride-on. It's basically an error card from the jungle era. Let's grab this. It's going back in for 100. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh. Okay. My ex was Filipina. She was nothing but trouble. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to end up with 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 18. Poker Dratini. Got a Poker Dratini. Ah, 4 alive. The fun continues. All right, so I'm going to put this back. You're doing what Team Rocket Grunt wishes he was doing. Wait, I can't put this back. So this has to go back in. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. Too much counting. All right. There we are. That goes back up there. Oh, wait a second. These go back up there as well, don't they? What time is it? 5:30. So this is what could happen in the Poke Shuffles and the live customs. This is why it remains pretty popular. This is like hitting a God Pack, right? So it's possible to hit a God Pack over here too. Oh, we got to pull out the Poker Dratini. So Poker Dratini is a P9. Probably like $65. All right, so there's the Poker Dratini, which you can decide to re-roll or keep. Over here, we're going to get you your 4 live customs. Are you ready? Now, there's a $400 card in these live customs. Let's see if you pull it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a $400 card in here. 1. Oh my gosh. Jumbo pack. 2, 3, 4. So your $100 of live customs turn into the $150 jumbo pack. It just goes up. It's just going up. Now you have to decide, do you want the jumbo pack or do you want to re-roll the jumbo pack? Even the jumbo pack can be re-rolled. So it would be re-rolled for $125. Where is it? Here it is, the jumbo pack. Remember we used to split these? All right, and then did he say re-roll this or is he keeping the Dratini? So there's the, oh, hold on. It's already been re-rolled. Okay, so see how it says 125? So it's already been re-rolled one time. So you would be re-rolling it into $100, just letting you know that. Okay, so the jumbo pack can be re-rolled for 100, not 150. Someone re-rolled it once before. Here's the jumbo pack, by the way. All right. This is the only downside of the re-rolls is they take a long time. Hey, look at that. A leftover Goosebumps pack. That's funny. There's one of those Animal Crossing packs. Magic Hobby. What are you thinking, Mr. Tonka Tootsie? You still there? You need to pick... So this is what you got. You've got 125 Astral Radiance and $55 Dratini. So you've gone from $5 to $180. Are we keeping or are we re-rolling? Open the jumbo pack, re-roll the Dratini. Okay, so Dratini shall move down to 45. Okay. Jumbo pack's getting opened. Means we got to restock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. I got to hurry here. This order is starting to take really long. Infinite rerolls, guys. That's the name of the game. This goes back over here. By the way, I just want to point out again, all this, he got a spot in the MetaZoo, he got an Astro Radiance Jumbo Pack, and he's about to do a reroll. All this from a $5 spot in the other shuffle. Just want to point that out again, guys. Pretty insane. 1, 2, 3. Now, 45 is what, 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And Ace of Diamonds, Mario. And another star spot. Wow. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 2 out of 3 spots in the MetaZoo box now. And this Ace of Diamonds Mario. Okay, Mr. Joseph. All right. Maniac. So that's $80 worth of break spots, $150 worth of a jump, because that's the actual value of the jumbo pack, right? $150 in the jumbo pack break. He's at $230, right? And then this Ace of Diamonds Mario. Let's go find that. I guess I put a Mario card in here. Here he is. He's a $40 card. Wow, he went from 55 to 40. All right, what are you thinking now, Mr. Joseph? Are we keeping this one or re-rolling it? I'll put this jumbo pack card somewhere. What slab breaks do you have going currently? We got a lot going. We got the Lightning PSA 8 Gym Challenge Holographic First Edition Nido King. We've got the $100 Gym Pack Split. Gym Challenge Split. We've got the Joker Bowser going for $30, 1 in 10. We got the Lego Luffy. He's a real popular one. He's $40, 1 in 14. That one's moving pretty fast. We've got the Rare Candy Charizard. He is from 151, and he's a $60 buy-in with a pretty tough 1 in 36 odds. We also have some box breaks. We have Destined Rivals, $40 box break. One person gets the whole box. They can open it. They can leave it sealed. We have that MetaZoo box has 1 spot now in it. That makes it a little more tempting, doesn't it? All right. There we go. Can I just re-roll this Mario into the last spot of the MetaZoo? Well, if you send in $5 more, I can do that, okay? Because he has to be re-rolled into 90%. So you can send in $5 more, and then the MetaZoo box is yours. Tossing that over there. You ready? All right, here we go. Not a bad idea. I would be open-minded to that. Here's Sukana. Here's Ultimecia. Ooh, Ultimecia. Okay, you got a full art out of your 1 pack of Final Fantasy. Wow, he gets a full art. Here's the zombie and an achievement card. Okay, you got an achievement card. I'll send $5. Okay, so the Mario goes back into the box, and you walk away with the sealed MetaZoo box. Here we are. Very good. And now here are the amiibos. We've got Fret, Chadwick, and Orville. Is Orville Orenbacher? Cute. Here's the boys. How about Siggy? Big Siggy? All right, no Siggy in the boys. Good. Here's Brown Dust. Oh, a hollow. Here's a Chainsaw Man. Wow, that's so cute. Let's see. I watched this movie. It was pretty good. If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. And yes, we have Chainsaw Man booster packs on the menu. We have 2 types. We have Weiss Schwartz Chainsaw Man First Edition English Season 1. Then we also have this new Union Arena set. Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what this is. Preparation, and there you have it. You got preparation rights. Actually, I think you get all these cards because they're all hollow, but I don't think they're very valuable. Only the full art's valuable. Sneaker Bunko 2, because we have to put Sneaker Bunko in here because I got 1,000,000 packs of it. Oh, a long lost Attack on Titan. I think we ran into this somewhere, didn't we? Attack on Titan. Okay. Redenbacher. Mister, you remember how anti-Metazoo you were initially? Yeah, it was really fun. But you got to remember, Metazoo at the time was selling for like, got some goosebumps. Metazoo was selling for unbelievable prices. And I was telling people that those prices don't make any sense and wouldn't last. Ooh, look at this, guys. You ready? I'm trying to remember. Do you heat it up or do you rub? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right. The friction's going to... That's what you're supposed to do with these. Whoa, creepy. All right. You got one of the rub cards. That's how you use them. You rub them. And then as they cool down, the face disappears again. All right. Cool. You got the mask. Very creepy. Dun, 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 dun. What-a-do-do. These were the Goosebump cards. We actually sold out pretty fast. We also have some Powerpuff Girls. We have like 2 packs of that left. Those are special one-time deals where it's an event. So right now we still have the Powerpuff Girls going. 2 packs of that left. All right, Mr. Loves Rubber. Here, I knew there was somebody who was going to make some dirty joke. We're going a little bit faster because we're running out of time, and I'm sure I've got other orders in the queue, so we got to get a move on. Oh, imagine a magic card popped out of that. Here's a little Flareon. Okay, you got a little Flareon. You got a little Hollows. A couple Pokemons in here. Abyssai. Here's Dragonite. That's so cool. Thanks for the fun, mister. You're doing very well. You know, you've had a lot of cold rounds. And it feels kind of like they all kind of stack up, right? And then look, one hot round reverses it all. It's pretty cool. Here's Matang. Here's Trick or Trade. Oh! That's a really good pull. This guy goes for a lot of money in a 10. Here's Astro Radiance. We got Mamoswine. Look at that Mamoswine. And then here's Chilling Rain. There's still time on the stream. It's 5:38. I'd have to move really fast. But yeah, you can still place an order. All right, Tornadus. So your Gengar pull was really good. Congratulations on that. Okay, that goes back. This is now yours. I have to make a new jumbo pack break for the live customs. Does that interest you in the live customs, the Poke Shuffles again, guys? I mean, that's what basically Team Rocket Grunt had happen to him a couple times, and I think people witnessed it and said, whoa, those are kind of cool. So there's like, it's not guaranteed to happen, but there's a potential for that to happen. And some people re-roll and they get no luck. Some people re-roll and they get very lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That goes back in. How much pay for shipping and pay off the slab? Should I do it tomorrow? Yes. Pay off the slab, you say? This goes back into the Poke Shuffle. And then you get this. Now, I don't know if you want to open it or keep it sealed. You could do either, okay? But let me go on to the next order. You tell me if you want to break that open. By the way, we're looking for one more person to join this gym break for $33. It gives you a spot in the pack split. Ooh. Did you find the Star Wars slab? Oh, I did not. I've not ran into it. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's here. I haven't priced it yet. 5 Poke Shuffles, and you can put the Professor Oak I won yesterday into consign. All right, so let's grab this. 5 of these. Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Ta-da! You got 1 Iron Leaves. Wow, look at this. Okay, Iron Leaves. The box is cold and tough until it's not. That's $60 alt art Iron Leaves. All right. Are you still here? How much is Crimson Invasion? So Crimson Invasion went up in price. It is now $30 per pack. I don't have any spare packs here, okay? Because that jerk guy opened them all. But we have a new box of this coming in, and it's 30 per pack. Still a great deal. Re-roll it. All right, re-roll. I was worried you were going to say that. We're spending too much time re-rolling. Grab this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. The stream is constrained by re-rolls because when we're re-rolling, we're not accepting new orders. In other words, if somebody's still waiting for their first order to get done, then they're not purchasing a second round, right? They're busy watching this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. You get 55. You get 11. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh, no. You don't get 55. You get 50 because it's a $60 item. It re-rolls into 50. There we go. Ha. All right, so 10 of these. So we'll do 3 to the back here. I might have already done that, but it's all just shuffled, so who cares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. Very good. Ready? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You go to 091 Gyarados. All right. Gyarados. I don't remember a Gyarados. Oh, I think I know what that is. I think that's a good one. I think that's a pricier one. Here it is. So you've gone from 60 to 90. All right, what are we thinking about with this card? Joseph Smith, the remainder for the Metazu. Thank you for that. Let's see what else. So that's number 501. Poor Iron Leaf. Such a nice card. Should make a 1 re-roll pre-order. Nah, because if you did that, that makes it lose a lot of the fun. So we have a Mark Kaplan order waiting and a Nicholas Pacheco order waiting. All right. I'll keep, can you put it into consignment? All right, so this is going into consignment. Actually, is as simple as this. We'll say consign, Team Rocket Grunt. All right, there you have it. That goes there. Okay, let me take care of Mark Kaplan now. He says 2 Mega Dreams. 1 and 2. 3 Poke Shuffles, 1 Terrastal, and 2 Korean Inferno. I can't jump. My feet leaving the ground is a terrifying thought. 2 of these. All right. Ready? So, what'd you guys think of that? Was that cool? Very nice. So, Mr. Mark. We've got Scraggy. And Zekrom, not bad. Another Zekrom pull. He's good. Okay, we like Zekrom. And now we have Ambipom and a cold one and Terra Festival. Here we have Vaporeon. All right, Vaporeon popping out. Let's keep these in this pile. There we go. Nice little Zekrom. Okay. Do you think the Metazu is worth opening? I've never really thought about it. You could pull Mothman. Could just be a bit of fun. If you leave it sealed, you can try to sell it as a sealed box. Metazu, if you pull Mothman, he's pretty gradable, but I don't know exactly what he sells for anymore because I haven't checked in like months. I sold mine. Remember, guys, I used to have a Mothman. I sold my Mothman. So he still sells to Metazu fans. All right, there we go. Here's Nicholas Pacheco. He says, pre-grade the McDonald's, Dragonite, and Merlin sticker Eevee. All right. You got it. Nicholas Pacheco, thanks for your patience. Let's grab this. Now, I believe your Eevee is going to be in the front here somewhere. There it is. Okay, he's going to tip over. Okay, good. Now, and the other part of your order is the Dragonite. Where'd he go? Probably in the middle here, right? There he is. Yep. Time for some Xbox and then some PC. Some Xbox. There we are. Good. Dawn's a waifu to me, not a pokey character. There we go. We could put her in the waifu shuffle. Now, Dragonite. These usually fail pretty fast on the back. Let's see what's looking like back there. Yeah, you got kind of a white dot up on this corner. And can you see it? All right. So that's probably going to fail it, but it's also got not the best centering top to bottom. Top to bottom centering, the top is fatter. All right, so we're going to consider this one a 9. I'm anticipating a 9 on this. And now, as for the Caesar's Pizza over here, let's see. There's enough centering left to right and top to bottom. So my main concern is he's thin on this border and this border, and then he's fat on this border and this border, so he's diagonally this way. Other concerns would be two stickers in the bag. I think it's 2 stickers in the bag. I guess. Okay. My hands are shaky. I probably need to go eat. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's got a problem right there. So there's a dip right here. I don't know what causes it, but there's a dip right there. See the way the light refracts? You can repair that, which it might be repairable. You might be able to flatten it out, in other words. But so for the Eevee's purposes, we're going to just put an X there. Okay. There we are. Mister, that's Eevee? That is Eevee. Oh, I'm having heartburn. Okay. Mister, what are those? Do you sell them? Those are called Merlin sticker packs. They're vintage from 1999. They're really old. And you can pull a really fancy looking Gengar out of there. And if he grades 10, he's like $1,000. He's quite good. I think he's 1,000. He might be up or down by now. I got this message. Let's see what this message is. Thank you for your purchase. I recognize your name from YouTube. The box is packaged. The box is packaged well. Oh, very cool. All right. Throw this away. Good. We have an order now from Nathan Gordon. 4 of the Korean Infernos and 2 Japanese Mega Dreams. All right, I'll grab these Mega Dreams from this giant bag of Mega Dreams. Just a giant bag of packs that came from my supplier. And then 4 Korean Infernos. Looks like we're getting a new box of Korean Inferno. I'll be right back. All right, and then after this, I'm going for a walk because it's 75 degrees outside in San Diego where I live. No, I'm just kidding. Ah, that does sound nice. Too bad about the cost of it, you know? Myrtle Beach is tempting. Might be moving to Myrtle Beach. What do you guys think of that? Okay, we get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is from a fresh case, by the way, and there's 30 booster boxes in a case. Like, it's the odds of pulling the Mega Charizard are quite high in a case. And it was like the last case of it. My supplier had no more cases. This was like the last one, and we bought it. The Carolinas are nice. I may also move to Myrtle. I did a ton of research on all the states in the Union. I poured myself over it for a long time. And I like Myrtle after all my research. I did so much research for so long. Here we are. Number 1, it's more affordable. The houses are cheaper. Number 2, you get the beach. Number 3, you get milder weather, which was a big one for me. Mild weather is really important to me. I don't want any extremes. Like Las Vegas is an option, but it's like, today it's probably like 110 degrees in Las Vegas. I'm just staying inside in that weather. I'm not going outside in that. So I don't like that. It's probably going to be like 10 degrees or 20 degrees cooler in Myrtle Beach right now. The winter is very mild, no extreme winter. Here we are, just for maybe a couple weeks. It might just get cold enough for it to snow, but just barely. It is, probably melts right away. So nice mild winter, nice mild summer, and lots of 70-degree weather. Did you know that? So Myrtle Beach has this long spring and fall weather time period where it hits 70. There we go. All right, Mr. Nathan. You don't get that in Dallas because it's too hot in Dallas. Well, maybe you get more of that like in the winter. You know what I mean? Maybe like in Dallas, you get more 70-degree days in the winter. It is. All right. Myrtle Beach is a tourist trap. Not if enough people move there. All right. 1 whole toga kiss for Nathan Gordon. Here you go, Nathan. Mr. Nathan with an N. Where am I going to run into you, Nathan? Let's see. Nathan Mitchell's over here. We still got this Beatrice box to open for Mark. I'm waiting for her to be in the stream, and then I'm going to open it for her. Read Mark's message. What did Mark say? Missed part of my last order. I included a note about it in a queued order. Ooh, okay. We're going to fix that right after this. Nathan Gordon. He didn't say new bag, right? Nathan Norman. Nicholas. What's the pack split break again? Mr. Nathan Gordon, you didn't need a new bag, did you? Move this out of the way. So that's all Kayla. What's this back here? That's Kayla. These are all K's. Natalie, Nathan Mitchell. Who's this? Nicholas Williams. FIFA told the U.S. team they have been at the World Cup long enough. Ah, here it is, Nathan Gordon. You know, it's funny, he has a label on his bag, but the label fell over so far that you didn't see it. Ooh, I see you got that Giratina in there. That looks really nice. All right, Nathan Gordon, it seems like it's been a little while since you popped in last. Welcome back, man. Well, I don't know. Your bag's old. Let me put it that way. Pre-grade on the Trick or Trade Gengar. All right, pre-grade on the Trick or Trade Gengar. Let me get this real fast. There it is. All right. And so the front looked really good. Ooh, you got a notch right there. See that? Right here. Now, again, you might be able to flatten that. Have you ever seen me flatten the edge of a card with like a Sharpie marker side? You might be able to take that and run it like that and then just flatten it. And if you can do that, though, I can tell you the centering on the front looks great. Centering on the back looks good, too. It does have some lips here. I don't know if they'll count that against it, but no white dots. So this is close. It needs a potential repair, and then it could be a 10. I'm putting it at strictly a 9 because that notch is very obvious. So they're not going to miss that. They're going to turn it into a 9 as is. I should offer a card repair. All right, clamp it. Yeah, you can just roll that out, I'm pretty sure. There it is, Joseph Smith. Thank you very much. Let's head back to Mr. Mark. We did not finish Mark's order properly. So it was 2 Mega Dream, 3 Poke Shuffles, 1 Terra Festival, 2 Korean Infernos. And he says we did not finish that. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna hit refresh now. I'm gonna take a look at what he says from here. So he says, oops, what the hell? Took me into the Nicholas Pacheco order and I didn't click on that. It's the stupid website, like, you know, like website loads and it'll like load in more stuff and it pushes everything down. I hate it when that happens. Darth Vader, some Cardconomist graded cards. That's a consignment. That's a quick drawing of a Dragonair. So you forgot the Poke Shuffles in the last order. Oh, okay. 3 Poke Shuffles. You ready? That does happen sometimes. This is the Poke Shuffle box, right? Here we are. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got 3 and 3. Shibble. All right, this time 3 cold ones. And now let's take this Mega Heracross and pop them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got to put some new cards in there now, right? That's Mega Heracross number 108. Mega Hera P10. Awesome. I'll consider it because that Gengar would be nice 10. All right. There we go. Should I offer to roll people's edges out on their cards for them if they want me to? Dude, I don't know how heartburn works. Like, I haven't eaten anything, and so that's giving me heartburn. Is it my stomach trying to eat itself? 2 Mega Dream, 1 Terastal, 2 Korean Infernos. All right, 2 of the Korean Infernos. 1 Terastal. And 2 Mega Dreams. All right, 2 Mega Dreams right here. Good luck. All right. $3 to $5 card repair. Yeah, I mean, here's the only problem. What if I damage your card? How do we treat it then? Like, what if I screw up? I'm just not allowed to, you know? If I screw up, it's going to be a bad thing. Here's Okie Dogie. Here's Empoleon. It's a risk. Will we do a one-piece opening again? Yeah, One Piece. Well, OP-17's coming out pretty soon, isn't it? I'm still waiting for my supplier to give me a price on that. He really likes to wait to the last second to price things. I don't know why he does it that way. Another Zekrom? I mean, I'm not complaining. The Zekrom's a good pull. A lot of Zekroms. All right, and da-da-da. We've got a full art, and it's another trainer. It's this Switch trainer. We are, or whatever it is. Counterbalance. I don't know what it's called. Not a fan of it, though. I don't even think it deserves a sleeve, let's be honest. All right. Very good. Will you be getting OP-17 English? Yes. When's the release date on that? That's soon, right? We are. I might have to do that right now. I might have to get some of that right now. It'd just be a risk the buyer would take. Yeah, exactly. So we didn't get a third person in this gym break right here. We needed one more person for that. Lots of Zekroms in there, man. You're Zekrom wealthy. August 22nd. Oh, it doesn't come out till August. That's a while, actually. I thought it was coming out in July. What comes out in July? I know the new Emerald Pokemon set's coming out in July, right? Yeah, he hasn't given me a price for that either. I keep telling him I'm ready to buy it. I'm ready to buy it. And he just doesn't respond. I think he's kind of grown, the guy I used to supply with. And so I don't know if he... I think he has a lot of ways to sell his cards, I'm betting. And so I don't think he has as much left over, basically. Okay, Mr. Soul Despair. He says, big $80 order. $80 for Dawn Slab Away. Oh, yes, sir. Let's go to Slab Away. Mr. Soul Despair. Here's the Dawn. And the Dawn is gone. And this Dawn is incorrectly priced. I remember this. This Dawn is supposed to be 110. We needed to correct that. All right. I had this incorrectly priced, and I was supposed to fix it, and I forgot to. I was supposed to fix that like a couple days ago, actually. There we go. So, let's go grab this. Ugh. There it is. It's all yours. I'll go ahead and mark it as complete. All right, very nice. There's no Robin manga. Need a Robin manga. EB5 going to be the set. There we go. I should sit down with my laptop and order a whole bunch of things. I should order like a new Dragon Ball. I need to order a new, whatever new things coming out. 2 live customs. Javier. All right, you ready? Good luck. We need to restock this with a new, it's 601. Maybe not now. Needs a new jumbo pack. 1 and 2. Ah, man. Man. Freaking Joseph Smith coming in here, making it look easy, man. That was a pretty legendary run, Mr. Joseph. I'm sorry, man. That's a cold round. It's 6:01, and we have an order from Javier. He says he's joining the 3-way break. Okay. Good luck, you guys. It's Nicholas, NHCC, and Javier. Are they watching? Is everybody here? Who are you looking for? Nicholas Pacheco? Nicholas Pacheco, NHCC, Javier. I thought NHCC had one. Here it is. Nicholas Pacheco needs one? Threesome time. That's right. I thought Nicholas Pacheco had one. I swear to God he did. Am I going crazy? I rolled through this like 3 times. Okay. Nathan Gordon has one. Nicholas Pacheco needs one. Mr. Iva, Neo Destiny, Lugia, I'd be interested in having you try to repair for a better grade. Ooh, I don't know about that, man. I don't have an advanced system or anything. I just know how to make edges better. Yeah, I don't have like the whole Steam setup and all that kind of crap. I don't do any of that. Oh, let's get this in the right order. So this, then this, then this. Okay, you're all in order now. Good luck, you guys. Only one person walks away with the gym spot. Everyone else loses $33. So you know what you're getting yourself into. Some ouchies here. You ready? All right. I like to watch and participate. Oh, yeah? Nice. What are we talking about? EV5 card list. September, I think, in Japan. Deathmatch vacuum plates. All right. Okay. All right, here goes. Nicholas, NHCC, and Javier. Ooh, first round goes to NHCC. That's NHCC, right? First round, NHCC is a really close round. Round 2, we got Fui Coco. We got the Switch. Oh, man, he's going to win that. He doesn't even need it. Ah, he doesn't even need it. Look how fast he won that. Both rounds go to NHCC without even trying. That's NHCC. All right, he's going to be happy to hear about that. Jim's spot. That's right, it's Jim's spot. Nicholas will take a miss. Sorry, Nicholas. Javier will take a miss. Sorry, Javier. And then NHCC will take 2 hits. Well, you're tied with Sergio now. You and Sergio have the same score. You guys are in the top, I think. Sorry, Javier. That's tough right after the live custom miss. I think I'll put you in the second chance box right now. What should I do after work today, guys? There is nothing to do because I don't have a Sea-Doo. And there's nothing to do out here other than playing in a Sea-Doo. We got the lake, and then we got the lake. And after that, a little bit of the lake. Maybe I'll drive 30 minutes to go out to eat. How does that sound? Nothing beats driving 30 minutes to go out to eat. Eric says he'll take the Darth Vader. Eric Colburn. That was a Sean Gallagher consignment. So we're going to head over to the consignment channel. We have a consignment category now. Consignment cold. Did I say cold? Consignment sold. Sean Gallagher. And it's going to say TCG 9 Vader. $30. So a consignment card just sold today. You can see the history of consignment cards now. This will help you understand what has sold. We need to take pictures of everything that's been listed too. That would be a nice thing, wouldn't it? Brett Love, consign all slabs. We checked for that. 2 packs ascended. I don't know what that means. Alexio, find Zoroark. All right, we got to find a Zoroark. And we're jumping over here. I have long hair, so not needed. Me too, but I'm bald. KFC is a $10 bucket every day now. A $10 bucket? Yeah, but then you got to eat KFC. It's like a trade-off. No, but I appreciate that they're trying to find a cheaper way to get you fried chicken. I think if I had to get fried chicken tonight, I'd go to my local upper end grocery store. They got fried chicken too, and theirs is really good. What's 75% of 30? That's what he keeps. $22. Okay, so it'll be 87. So Sean Gallagher hired me to sell his bag and 2 slabs. He now has $87, which he can just cash out if he wishes, or he can use it as store credit to open something on the table. Pretty cool. That's consignment. It's been pretty busy lately. Consignment's been a busy thing. All right, and we have a receipt system that keeps track of the sale of the items now, which is a good thing. Now we also have, oh my gosh, what are all these orders, guys? We're at the end of the stream, guys. Blue Sky Stream, Mr. Gregory Pablo. Let's see, it's been years, so I need a new bag. Mr. Gregory, nice of you to come on back. So I can see we have 3 fresh orders, but the time is 6:07. And so we have to have a hard cutoff time for the stream at some point. Also, I can see we have a Mark Kaplan order as well. So we have to save these. The only one I'm going to process is Mr. Gregory Pablo, who is a returning customer from a long time ago. He wants 2 Mega Dreams. All right, so I'm going to pull them randomly from the bag here. All right. So these will not affect anyone else's Mega Dreams. Those are pulled totally different spot. Won't affect the order for anyone. And 1 Abyss Eye. You ready? 1 Abyss Eye. Okay, 1 Abyss Eye. Here it is. Just go all day. I would. Pack split. Don't forget to add NHCC to the pack split. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So the last step, of course. NHCC. He actually has to go into that split. I'm sure we would not forget to do that eventually, because he'd be like, hey, where's my spot? There we go. My bad. Just toss that in there now. So there's actually 3 people in that Gym Heroes split, or Gym Heroes pack split now. It's a consequential split. Somebody's going to be getting a holographic card from that. So welcome back, Gregory. I'm supposed to be hopping off right now. I'm determined to do so, but we're going to service your order first because you're a returning customer from a long time ago, huh? It's nice to see you again. We're still running. We've been running for 7 years now, Mr. Gregory. You're going to pick up Armorage. There's too many Armorage cards. And you're going to pick up Frostlass. Wow. And you're also going to pick up you're going to pick up Rayquaza. So these are selling a bit faster than I thought. The Mega Dweems. You got this SR, this junky SR again. Here's the Rayquaza. And here's Frostlass. I might join tonight if possible. All right, there it is. Mr. Gregory, new bag. So if your bag's a couple years old, it's almost certainly gone. There we go. But we're going to get you a new one. There it is. Good lies, mister. You don't run. I don't run? Gregory. You know, sometimes people run for the last time in their life, if you think about it. You know, you just get too old or too fat or too lazy. Or some combination of the 3. There we go. But I've gone running. I don't run a lot, though. That's fair to say. But I've done some, running. All right. So for tonight, NHCC 10 Blue Sky Stream. Dennis Chantavong order with a mix of stuff. And Mark Kaplan. Get some fried rice. There is going to be a change to the Mega Dreams to slow them down. I didn't expect them to be very popular because you guys know I'm pulling these out of this bag here, right? Just to be clear. Here they are, Mega Dreams. This is from my supplier, so that's where we're getting these from. I don't know, maybe we just keep the price the same, actually. I think that's why we priced them the way we did. Because I wasn't sure if they would bring out a lot of hits or not, but so far they haven't given us any major hits, but they've given us some good ARs. What do you do? Did you do Nathan Gordon order PayPal? Nathan Gordon. Earlier we did a Nathan Gordon, yeah. Yeah, earlier. I got a special skill. I'm old, fat, bald, and out of shape. Wow. You're like the guy from, you're like the guy who played Qui-Gon Jinn. What is the name of that movie where he went after his daughter who got kidnapped? That was called, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really cringy movie. So we had a Nathan Gordon order for 4 Korean, 2 Japanese Mega Dweem. Yes, we did service that one. I had a little trouble finding your bag, but we actually did service that one. It is? Oh, it was called Taken. You're like the guy from Taken. All right, thank you, everyone. I'll see you for the nighttime stream. I'll see you there, everybody. Liam Neeson, Taken. Oh, yeah, and we should probably put people on this giveaway, shouldn't we? I shouldn't be too lazy about it. Who wants to be on here? I want to be on you. Let's see. Type in Mark right now. You better type it right now. Type it twice if you have to. I'm putting Javier on here. He's going on automatically. Number 13. Here's NHCC. Number 14. Here's Janice. Number 15. Here's Mike's side. All right, I'm hopping off. Ooh, we got to make some money because we got to pay Mike's side. Mike's side gets paid soon, everybody. So I got to make some sales, okay? All right, thank you, guys. I'll see you in the nighttime stream.